of child neglect in a plea deal last week. Vice President J.D. Vance cast the deciding vote in the Senate to kill the Venezuela War Powers Resolution. CBS News correspondent Allison Keyes.
The final tally was 50-50 for the measure that would have limited President Trump's war powers. But Vice President Vance cast the deciding vote, and the measure died after President Trump's tough pressure campaign on Republicans who originally crossed over to vote with Democrats.
Democrats forced the debate after U.S. troops captured Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. The State Department says it will suspend the processing of immigration visas for citizens of 75 countries whose nationals are deemed likely to require public assistance while living in the United States. The department says it has instructed officers to halt immigration visa applications from the countries affected in accordance with a broader order issued in November. The suspension will not apply to applicants seeking non-immigrant or temporary tourist or business visas. Swipe with caution. That's the warning from Milwaukee law enforcement when it comes to online dating.
Several members of the Common Council issued a statement as Milwaukee police have seen a surge of robberies associated with dating apps and other similar platforms, especially among the LGBTQ plus community. According to MPD, these robberies generally involve the suspect setting a meetup with the victim and then robbing them or having other suspects there to commit the robbery. If you're planning to meet someone you met online, some safety tips include always tell someone where you're going and who you're meeting with, meet in a public place, and don't give out private information. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
Figures released by the Greater Milwaukee Association of Realtors suggests a stable but constrained housing market in southeast Wisconsin.
Home sales in the metro area were up 1.1% in 2025, with the biggest uptick in sales coming in Washington County, where 2025 sales were up 8%. Supply remains limited, placing upward pressure on pricing. In 2025, the average home price in the metro area eclipsed $470,000, a 6.1% increase. Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Metro Milwaukee needs roughly 8,000 additional listings to meet current demand. The Girl Scouts are rolling out a new cookie flavor this season.
Explore More's are a Rocky Road ice cream-inspired sandwich cookie. Chief Executive Officer of Girl Scouts Wisconsin Southeast, Anna Simpson, tells WTMJ where the name comes from.
If you think about what Girl Scouts do, the name is really a nod to the development and the leadership that Girl Scouts are undertaking when they're a part of our program. We want them to explore the world around them, to have courage and confidence to try and learn new things.
Girl Scout cookie season starts January 27th and runs through March 31st. Elizabeth Linton in WTMJ News.
Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News time is 6:04.
Who doesn't need a seasonal wardrobe update? But who has the cash to always keep their wardrobe updated? Ladies, that's why you shop St. Vincent de Paul. Our women's clothing is always a highlight of our stores, and thrift store prices keep the costs low. It allows you to experiment and also find a hidden gem. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
Ooh, you're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
No matter how many people are in your family, buying new jackets for the cold weather months can be expensive. But when you shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, prices on cold weather jackets will give you a sigh of relief because thrift store prices mean great deals. And right now we have a great selection. Find great deals on cold weather jackets for the family at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
Ooh, you're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Marty's Pizza in Delafield. Open for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery 7 days a week. If you haven't tasted our legendary pizza yet, I'll tell you what our loyal customers will tell you. You're missing out. But it's not only pizza. Great salads, subs, and Italian entrees like our mostaccioli or lasagna are must-tries. Covered with 100% mozzarella cheese and baked to perfection. So if you're not cooking tonight, remember Marty's Pizza, right off I-94 and Highway 83 in Delafield. Or order online at martyspizza.net.
Remember, Marty's Pizza.
Do you remember when times were good? Well, they're good again. It's as good today as it was in the past. It doesn't get any better than that.
Remember, Marty's Pizza.
right off I-94 and Highway 83 in Delafield.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all sports desk. A tough night at home for the Bucks, losing 139-106 to the Minnesota Timberwolves. The team got booed, and Giannis booed back.
I play basketball for my teammates. I play basketball for myself and my family. When people don't believe in me, I don't tend to be with them. I tend to be against them. But yeah, I've never been a part of something like that before, and I don't think it's fair.
The Bucks will head back on the road Thursday for a matchup with the San Antonio Spurs. In college basketball, the Wisconsin men's basketball team kept its winning streak alive. John Blackwell hit a three-pointer at the buzzer to give the Badgers a 78-75 road win over Minnesota. Badgers sports updates are sponsored by Siding Unlimited, siding and a whole lot more. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. Still a bit of a slowdown in both directions on 94. Eastbound, you'll be slow between 76 and about the stadium. And heading west, those slowdowns are mostly between Layton and the stadium. Time for the WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, some flurries early, then partly cloudy skies and windy, a low of 14. Thursday, partly cloudy with snow moving in at night, a high of 26. Friday, mostly cloudy and windy with scattered snow showers. We're looking at a total of 1 to 2 inches of snow, a high of 34. Saturday, mostly cloudy and cold with more scattered snow showers, a high of 20. And on Sunday, mostly cloudy, still windy and cold with more scattered snow showers, a high of 16. Right now in Madison, it's 16 degrees. In Green Bay, also 16. In Waukesha, it's 18. And in Milwaukee, it's 20 degrees. I'm Jessica Gatso, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 6:08.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. A deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Maxx.
Thank you for listening to What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. It's a supersized episode tonight. Thank you for hanging out with me. It is 3 hours of culture and creativity, and I'm excited about tonight's show. I'd chock-a-block, as some people say. First hour, all about art, entertainment, and what's happening now, and actually, that's all 3 hours. And I'm excited to give you a movie update about Song Sung Blue and a movie update about the 1980 classic Wisconsin-created comedy Airplane, and how you could see it on the big screen. And also with Gallery Night, the first one of 2026. Gallery Night MKE, mostly downtown in the historic Third Ward, but also in the downtown area and kind of spread out. Many different locations to go to, and you're going to get a couple of special previews. First of all, with the Pfister Hotel's artist in residence, Sasha Kinans is going to join me at 6:35 with a preview of what she has going on. And she has a special announcement. She is going to become the very first artist in residence at the Pfister to do this. What is it? You will find out at 6:35. And also with the Gallery Night preview, multi-talented artist Renee Bebo, who she is a painter. She does henna. She does tarot card readings, and she's also a musician. She's one of the rotating members of 1913, and I'm excited to visit with her. She'll be here just about 8:30, giving you those Gallery Night previews. And we also have a beer to announce. It's a brilliant beer. It's called Peanut Butter Brilliance. Third Space Brewing does a special program called Pints with a Purpose, where they create a special beer and team up with an interesting, meaningful organization. And this time, it is Third Space Brewing teaming up with Islands of Brilliance. And you will find out all about it, the flavors, how you can get a sip, and all about Islands of Brilliance and the good work that they do. And also Violins of Hope, the wonderful program, the residency that has been here and partnering with different cultural organizations all around the city, have their about 2 weeks left in this 5-month residency. But there are some interesting events and a exhibition that is still happening at Jewish Museum Milwaukee. And Samantha Abramson, who is one of the co-creators of the Jewish Museum Milwaukee's Exhibition for Violence of Hope, is going to tell us about that. And Thursday, the Maxwell Street Klezmer Band concert. Tomorrow night, that is going to be a lively musical event. So I was excited to share with you more about Violins of Hope, because I think it's one of those things like maybe you've been hearing about it all these months and just haven't participated. This is your chance the next couple of weeks. And like I said, we've got a bonus hour. Going to turn you on to some events around Wisconsin to make your weekend even better. Wish break a leg to a lot of performers around town, and couple of concert announcements to make tonight. So I told you it's chock-a-block. I haven't been kicking back tonight. I've been busy making sure this is going to be a fun show to listen to. And I have news, as I told you, about what a buzzy movie we've been hearing about.
Song sung blue, weeping like a willow.
You have heard the buzz about Song Sung Blue, about Lightning and Thunder, the musical duo, real-life couple, Mike and Claire Sardina. It's now a movie all about their love story. You've heard the buzz. You didn't get to the cinema yet, but you still want to see it. You can. You can see it at home. It is now available to stream. Academy Award nominees Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson. I say that to let it sink in for a second, because could one of them be nominated for an Academy Award for Song Sung Blue? You don't know, because they haven't been announced yet. January 22nd is when the Academy Award nominations come out. But Kate Hudson was nominated for a Golden Globe, didn't win, but she also is nominated for the Actor Awards for her performance as Claire Sardina. So could be an award-winning movie yet. And it's, like I said, the love story about lightning and thunder. And now, when you can watch at home, never-before-seen extended musical performances and behind-the-scene featurettes. I am a sucker for all those little featurettes. I really enjoy those. And you can also circle your calendar. February 17th is when the Blu-ray will be out. But it's exciting. And, you know, Hugh Jackman spread a lot of joy during his visit to Milwaukee last month, and entertaining people on the blue carpet. And just for fun, this is my minute with the man playing lightning on the blue carpet. Arrival at the Oriental Theater that night, just a couple of hours after he'd served up 500 scoops of Song Sung blueberry frozen custard at the Cops in Greenfield. So I had this opening line. Hi, Hugh.
TMJ.
Hi. Feed me again.
Feed you again.
I got your very first scoop of Song Sung blueberry. That was me.
It was good, right?
It was delicious. I was with
I
Rachel.
spent a long time coming up with that recipe, so I'm really glad you liked it.
It's a crowd pleaser. Your first time in Milwaukee after filming this story all about Milwaukee, has it lived up to your expectations? What surprised you?
Beyond. I'm staying. I bought a house and I'm staying. No, what has surprised me?
You'd be welcome. You saw that line around the block at Cops.
Well, the custard surprised me. I've never had it before. I kind of thought it was ice cream, but I realized, oh no, it's another whole universe. I don't know if I can go back. The food, the people, just the feeling here today. We went to some schools. The feeling in this city, there's something special about it. And I sort of knew that because of doing this movie. And being here tonight is in many ways the most important night for this movie. Being here with the family, whose lives we're portraying. I don't know. I've absolutely loved it. The cold has surprised me a little bit. I may not have been fully prepared.
And some feet of snow, but you're now part of Milwaukee lore. Thank you for being part of this.
It is my pleasure, literally.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Have your own Hugh Jackman experience in the comfort of your own home. Song Sung Blue. You can now watch at home and see if you think Kate Hudson's performance as real-life Milwaukeean and singer Claire Sardina is award-worthy. And Song Sung Blue, now on the small screen. A classic comedy created by a trio of Shorewood neighbors is returning to the big screen in Milwaukee, along with two of the starring cast members in town. Details on Airplane Live and a collection of memorable movie quotes next on What's on Tap.
Calling all mariners and sea dogs. It's time for the Milwaukee Boat Show. January 16th through the 18th and 21st through the 25th. Come to the Expo Center at State Fair Park for all things boating. And while you're there, register to win an HO Sports Beacon Kayak, courtesy of Skipper Buds. It's the Milwaukee Boat Show at the Expo Center at State Fair Park.
Start the new year off on a healthier note by taking active liver supplements from New Nordic every day. Available online at Amazon or newnordicusa.com or at your local CVS, ShopRite, Meijer Grocery, or Wegmans.
Shop the January New Year's sale on better quality furniture and mattresses at Ken Michaels Furniture.
I'm Dr. Jasmine Zapata, Chief Medical Officer for Community Health at the Wisconsin Department of Health Services. Every year in the U.S., about 21,000 lung cancer deaths are caused by radon, an odorless, tasteless, and colorless gas. 1 in 10 Wisconsin homes has high levels of radon. Does yours? Call 1-888-LOW-RADON or visit lowradon.org to learn more. Test, fix, save a life.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
Hey, this is WTMJ Steve Scafidi. Have you listened to WTMJ Outdoors yet? Well, what are you waiting for? Every Saturday at 2 right here on 620 WTMJ, we celebrate the best of Wisconsin outdoors, from hunting to fishing, rock climbing, ATVs. This week, even though it's the dead of winter here in Wisconsin and the great beyond, we're talking about ice fishing. Joining us from Minocqua, the owner of Raleigh and Helen's Muskie Shop, talking fishing, ice fishing here in Wisconsin.
It's WTMJ Outdoors, presented by Outdoor Living Unlimited. You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
A song you can hear in a very silly scene. Well, there are many silly scenes. In the movie Airplane, the 1980 comedy classic that led the way for all sorts of, for the Naked Gun movies and just that brand of smart but silly and goofy, highly entertaining comedy, and created by 3 fellas from Shorewood, 2 brothers and a neighbor. David Zucker and his brother Jerry and their friend Jim Abrams co-wrote and co-directed. Imagine having 3 directors, but of Airplane, and they didn't think it was going to be this much of an influential hit, but they were true to themselves and their sense of humor. You've probably seen Airplane, and if you haven't, this is a bucket list kind of thing to do. Airplane is going to be back on the big screen for a very special screening here in Milwaukee. Airplane Live at the Pabst Theater, May 16th, with 2 of the stars, Julie Haggerty, who played Elaine Dickinson, and Robert Hayes, Ted Stryker himself. And you know some of those amazing lines. Here's Ted.
Nervous?
Yes.
First time.
No, I've been nervous lots of times.
So his character winds up having to fly the plane, and that's just the summary of it, because really the meat of the movie is all the jokes and all the setups and you know, the fast-paced lines like this one.
We have clearance, Clarence. Roger, Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
And yes, you recognize the voice of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I mean, this is just stacked with so many people in the cast, and to have a chance to see Airplane on the big screen with a bunch of other people like you laughing along at the Pabst Theater, it's going to be a fun night. And what happens usually at these movie screenings now, where they wind up touring with talent, you watch the movie all together, and then after the movie is when the stars will come out, and it will be a moderated Q&A. So Julie Haggerty and Robert Hayes will share behind-the-scenes stories, their creative insights and memories from making the movie. And you know there have to be some good stories. And I talked with David Zucker, gosh, over a year now on What's on Tap. Yeah. I said, hey, he was going to be here, and he wrote an oral history of the movie Airplane. So he has a book. You can look for that. But he came back and screened Airplane at the Oriental Theater about a year ago and was there, and he was signing books. And I was shocked that he, number one, accepted an interview request from me, but he talked to me for almost the whole hour. It was a great, he still comes back to Wisconsin. His kids are proud University of Wisconsin alumni, so he go Bucky all the way, and just lots of fun. If you want to catch up on that podcast with David Zucker, that is posted on our WTMJ.com and on our What's on Tap podcast. Find that, because he is full of stories, and he's still writing and creating. I asked him if he had any projects in the work, because we were talking about the Wisconsin Film Office, and that he's excited about the tax credits now for the state of Wisconsin for production for films and TV and commercials. And I said, you know, any chance you would come back and film? He's like, well, I'm actually working on some projects, which I think is just wild. So David Zucker, I won't go so far as to call him a friend of the show, but certainly has been a guest and is just a sharp, fun entertainer, and it certainly led the way for a lot of comedians. So if you'd like to go to Airplane Live, circle your calendar, get your tickets May 16th at the Pabst Theater, and there are even a limited number of first-class VIP meet and greet. You can meet Julie Haggerty and Robert Hayes, get your photo with them, and then get an autographed tour poster. And I cannot talk about this movie without playing this, right?
Can you fly this plane and land it?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
There you go. I was like, yeah, somebody out there is yelling those. And Peter just texted it on the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line 855-616-1620. Peter just texted in, I think the inflatable autopilot was very clever. There are just so many visual gags in addition to all of the memorable lines. So relive them all together as it was meant to be seen on the big screen and as a group together, laughing heartily. Airplane Live with Julie Haggerty and Robert Hayes at the Pabst Theater, May 16th. Should be a very fun night. And again, the David Zucker podcast, you can find it on WTMJ.com or wherever you find your podcasts. And another nugget from David Zucker's conversation, Robert Hayes, who we're talking about, Airplane was the first movie he ever did. Can you imagine that was your first movie and it became such a comedy hit and you kind of become this icon and people are saying quotes to you for the rest of your life from this wacky movie because he had been doing television dramas all that time. That was Robert Hayes' entry into this. And he's still a producer, works across film, but he's living in Hawaii now. So we'll welcome him. May 16th, Airplane Live at the Pabst Theater. And making the most of your Wisconsin weekend starting on Friday with the very first Gallery Night MKE of 2026. You'll get special previews with a couple of talented local artists. Stay with me for your personal invitations and artist insights here on What's on Tap.
Close your eyes and picture Europe by water, sunlit ports, ancient cities, and effortless elegance. With Viking Cruises and Fox World Travel, the Mediterranean becomes your front porch. No crowds, no casinos, just culture, cuisine, and curated experiences designed for curious travelers. From Italy to Greece, every detail is handled, so all you do is savor the journey. Ready to sail Europe the refined way? Call 866-GO-FOX-GO or visit foxworldtravel.com to book today.
Hey there, I'm Sandy Maxx at WTMJ, and now that the holidays are behind us, life's settling into the routine, it's a good time, though, to reflect on how our loved ones are really doing, physically, mentally, emotionally, and if those holiday visits recently raised questions for you, my friends at Three Pillars Senior Living Communities in Dousman are a great resource. They offer free educational programs and personalized support for families and individuals considering the next steps, like maybe moving to a place like Three Pillars. Learn more at threepillars.org or call Three Pillars at 800-848-5306.
Why DIY your frozen pizza toppings when Screamin' Sicilian already went over the top for you? We're talking whole milk mozzarella, heaps of premium meats, a mountain of veggies. Screamin' Sicilian is frozen pizza stacked, no add-ons needed. Mamma mia! Screamin' Sicilian, so loaded with toppings, it's almost cheating. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section and taste what all the screamin' is about.
Artwork, especially original artwork, can be pricey. But when you take it in on consignment from nice people like you who are just ready to change the look of their home, you can price it right. And you'll find a lot of it at Design Exchange. Beautiful frame pieces by a number of notable artists. And new ones pop in all the time. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Now these tend to fly off the shelves. But don't worry, because our connection supplies us with a lot of them. Vintage ceiling tiles from once great old buildings in New York City that make for ultra-unique artwork. These items are definitely hard to find from anywhere else around here. So come take a look, and you'll probably find a treasure. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Homer here for Window Nation.
Winters can be brutal here in Milwaukee, and if you're cold in your home, even with the heat on, your old windows are a problem. Window Nation can help. Right now, during Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 Windows Free sale, you can get them with 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. It's easy to get the right windows to fit your home and budget. The pros at Window Nation will guide you every step of the way. Don't wait to put an end to your window problems. Right now, schedule a consult at windownation.com.
This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx.
Welcome back to What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. Handcrafted, homegrown, world class. Discover more at visitmilwaukee.org. And I was just telling you about the announcement earlier this week of Airplane Live with Julie Haggerty and Robert Hayes, two of the starring cast members of Airplane, the 1980 comedy. It's coming to the Pabst Theater. May 16th is that fun date. If you got somebody you have to get a gift for, I think that'd be a lot of fun. But just talking about that, and that I think it's just going to be a great time. And if you didn't already know, you have 3 fellas from Shorewood to thank for Airplane the movie. The Zucker brothers and Jerry Abrams. David and Jerry Zucker and Jim Abrams were childhood friends who grew up in Shorewood and wound up making comedies like Airplane. And then they all kind of branched off, but still wound up working together, but on movies. Think Naked Gun. Like, if you liked Airplane, you're probably going to like Naked Gun, and anything that makes Leslie Nielsen, who at the time was a very straightforward actor, played those roles so straight, and that's what made them funny. But I was talking about some of the fun things and playing some movie quotes, and I realized that there was a request for this movie quote from Airplane.
I just want to tell you both, good luck. We're all counting on you.
Of course. I've been told that more than once in more than one office setting. Everybody thinks that that's their own clever line from Airplane. But Peter, who had texted in earlier on the Siding Unlimited WTMJ Talk and text line about the inflatable autopilot, had a good point. I remember this. If you remember, it was a while ago. He thinks it's about 10 years ago. But Wisconsin Tourism made a commercial with Robert Hayes flying the plane and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who was in the movie. And they were flying over various scenic areas of Wisconsin. That was really clever and a fun way to tie that in. So lots of creativity to be proud of in Milwaukee. And I know one more nugget. David Zucker was a guest on What's on Tap when he was in town a little over a year ago when Airplane screened at the Oriental Theater. Now it'll be at the Pabst Theater in May, talking about how he got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to be in the movie. Because remember, this is 1980. He was known as being an athlete, he not the humanitarian and all the paths that he's taken now. And he was tempted, but was negotiating. And what tipped Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to be in Airplane, according to David Zucker, co-writer and co-director, he said that they offered him an Oriental rug because he collected Oriental rugs at the time. So because they said, hey, and we'll pay you this much and we'll give you this beautiful Oriental rug. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar said, okay, I'm in. So any chance you get to be up close to these creators, give a listen to the David Zucker podcast on What's on Tap on our page, and look for it on WTMJ.com or wherever you get your podcasts. And I would say, seize the moment. Go see Airplane Live. Again, Pabst Theater, May 16th with Julie Haggerty and Robert Hayes. And if you want to splurge and get the VIP treatment with the photo and the autograph poster, hey, you only live once, right? Coming up, we are going to give you a preview of Gallery Night MKE coming up on Friday, all around 3rd Ward on Friday night and also on Saturday, Gallery Day. But it's the first one of the year, so you know it's going to be a good one circulating, and you'll get a preview at 8:35 with artist Renee Bebo, what she'll be doing. And in just about 5 minutes, a preview of what's happening at the Pfister Hotel with artist-in-residence Sasha Kinans. So stay with us here on What's on Tap for this bonus hour supersize show here with you till 9 o'clock. Right now, we do turn to the WTMJ Breaking News Center. Here is Jessica Gatso.
Thanks, Sandy. After more than a decade, 2 men allegedly involved in the death of 16-year-old Corey Stingley now face murder charges. Back in 2012, medical examiners ruled Stingley's death a homicide due to asphyxia after he was physically restrained by multiple people during a suspected shoplifting incident at a West Allis convenience store. 13 years later, a special prosecutor has filed felony murder charges against 67-year-old Robert Behringer and 39-year-old Jesse Cole. The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reports the men have agreed to a deferred prosecution agreement in the case, which means the charges will be dropped if certain conditions are met. Both men are scheduled to appear in court Thursday. One person died in a shooting near Timmerman Airport this afternoon. Milwaukee police found a 29-year-old dead with gunshot wounds just after 2:30 near Appleton and Silver Spring. They're still searching for unknown suspects. Wisconsin lawmakers are considering a bill to cap ticket resale prices. It would require venues and resellers to clearly show the full price up front, including all fees, and be banned from raising prices once posted. The bill would also block reselling tickets above face value without authorization from the event operator. Violators would face a $1,000 fine per incident and give up profits from illegal sales. The bill is moving through the legislature. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. Mostly clear on the roads. Do watch out for a crash on the ramp from Watertown Plank Road West to 4145 North. And time for the WTMJ forecast. Tonight, flurries early, then partly cloudy and windy, low 14. Thursday, partly cloudy with snow moving in at night, a high of 26. Friday, mostly cloudy and windy with scattered snow showers, looking at a total of 1 to 2 inches of snow, a high of 34. Saturday, mostly cloudy with more scattered snow showers, a high of 20. Sunday, mostly cloudy with more scattered snow showers and windy, a high of 16. Right now in Madison, it's 16 degrees. In Green Bay, also 16. In Waukesha, it's 18. And in Milwaukee, it's 20 degrees. I'm Jessica Gatso, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:32.
St. Anne's Center for Intergenerational Care switched from a previous vendor to business technology from James Imaging Systems. Why? CFO Sally Parente.
The service, the value, and the ease with which we can just keep using their service and not having any big headaches. It's not just all about the money. We're getting value here as well.
Robert Prang, CIO with Tri-City National Bank, likes the fact that James Imaging is local.
So being able to work with a local company like James that has that flexibility with their staff and being able to deliver for us has given us the ability to make the right decisions for our organization.
And Junior Achievement of Wisconsin VP of Enterprise Services, Lori Salzman, had this advice for others.
If anybody is looking for a good partner that is there to help find solutions, call James Imaging.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Visit jamesimaging.com.
It's a robber, and if you ignore it, it will just keep taking and taking. I know how pain can consume you. It steals the fun out of life. It steals your energy. And it's just a dark cloud over a lot of people's lives, even on the sunniest of days. But your joint pain does not have to rob you of your life or your happiness. Because at Rejuvenex, we can alleviate your pain, and that can rejuvenate your life. In a world where big box healthcare has driven pain treatment costs through the roof and has made it look like joint replacements are your only option, Rejuvenex has kept pain treatment affordable for almost anyone. And for most with insurance, including Medicare and Medicaid, we've seen pain treatment paid for by insurance with zero out-of-pocket cost to our patients. This is Rejuvenex founder Richard Salinas. Don't let pain rob you. Take action today so we can help make your joint pain go away.
Rejuvenex. Alleviate your pain. Rejuvenate your life.
Call today and there's a good chance we'll see you tomorrow.
When you jump on the back of a bull and the gate swings, there's no middle ground. You either ride it out with 8 seconds of pure adrenaline or hit the dirt and run. Bull riding is not just a sport, it's a gamble of guts and glory. Nothing else compares. This is the PDR Unleash the Beast Tour. See the best bull riders in the world face off at Busch Light PDR Milwaukee, presented by Cooper Tires at Fiserv Forum this weekend. Ready to be cowboy? Get your tickets at Ticketmaster. It's bull time.
Education changes everything. It opens doors, shapes futures, and builds the foundation for our children's success. At City Forward Collective, we're working to transform our city's schools and ensure every Milwaukee child receives the high-quality education they deserve. We've taken real steps forward, but our work is far from done. This giving season, we're asking you to join us. Together, we can secure a stronger future for our children and a stronger future for Milwaukee. To support our mission, visit cityforwardcollective.org/donate. That's cityforwardcollective.org/donate.
What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx is back on WTMJ.
Welcome Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ. I'm chuckling because I have an artist in the studio who has brought art, including beautiful natural art with parts of nature, and we just moved this beautiful shrubbery arrangement. Yes, arrangement.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself to everyone.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sasha Cannons. I am the artist in residence over at the Pfister Hotel.
Welcome back, Sasha. You were here
Thank
in the
you.
summertime, and I was so glad to get to visit with you. And I'm so glad that you're back for a couple of reasons. I didn't know that we would be talking with you again as a Pfister artist in residence. What news do you have to share?
Oh, it's so exciting. I can finally talk about it. I've received another year extension to my residency.
Because it's
So-
usually just 1 year long.
Yes. For the past 16 years, it's been 1 year. So each artist gets 1 year to paint and create at the hotel.
How did you win them over to say, we can't let you go yet?
I said, well,
have to stay.
I live here now. I mean, this is just what it's like. I love it. I didn't think that I would enjoy engaging with the public as much as I do. It's been fantastic. It's changed the way that I paint in a way that I didn't expect, in honing in and really solidifying my craft. So it's been fantastic.
So how does that discussion even come about? Like, do you really have to bounce me out? Can I stay?
Yeah, I just kept saying, I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay. I'm going to live here forever. I'm going to take up spot in the front lobby. And I did write a proposal, in all seriousness. I wrote a proposal because this lovely arrangement in front of us, I would like to create an engaging atmosphere. Is something that talks with the paintings, an environment that's not only the paintings on the wall, like a gallery setting, but an actual environment where you can feel the surroundings of what's in the painting.
So you brought in some nature.
Yes.
So it's a great birch base. Because I was like, ooh, it's birch, but you have evergreen.
Yes.
And some, I hesitate to say dead. But
some still life. It's still
some
life floral.
But it's like what you would see in a field of what used to be like Queen Anne's lace type wildflowers and tall grasses. So it's not necessarily a live. The greenery is the evergreen, but the rest of it is that kind of withered, wintry arrangement.
Yeah.
And how does that enhance the paintings that you've created that are hanging in your gallery space?
Good question. And that's a great lead into the name of the show. So my show is titled Woodland Wonders, the Red Hat series. So it follows these two children in the forest. It's not, some people say, oh, little Hansel and Gretel, but it's not quite. It started with this little kid in the red hat. So it's a little boy in a red hat staring at a mushroom and looking at the woods. It's really this wonderment that we have as children and as we're walking through nature. I remember growing up in Door County where we would find these little tiny tree toads. And as my sisters and I would all try to catch one and just be able to hold it just for a moment. I mean, it was magic.
It's precious.
It is.
And then I wonder if that's one of the reasons that a lot of us are drawn back to nature.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, that sense of wonder, that playfulness, and that it does, with the tall trees, you feel small. Yes. And maybe it makes you feel more childlike again.
Yeah, almost like a hug. You're hugged by your environment.
Where did your two children of the Red Hat series inspire you? Where did you come up with them?
It's my son, this one in the red hat. And the other one is my friend's daughter. But I came up with it when I first moved back to Wisconsin, actually. In 2017, I came back to Wisconsin after being gone for almost 12 years.
And where were you before?
Oh, I think we covered this last time.
But people
New
should
York City. Yeah, for those who don't remember. It was New York City, Florence, Italy, and Washington, D.C. And I came back in 2017. Sven, my son, was wearing this cute little red hat that barely fit his noggin. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to get photos of you in our homeland here in Wisconsin that reminds us of our homeland in Latvia, because my family comes from Latvia. So it was this magical moment in the woods where he's wearing this hat that doesn't quite fit anymore, but I'm capturing that epic kind of journey home.
Well, and you talk about nature, the roots.
Yes.
All of those roots that go back in your DNA and your heritage.
Yes. And we're very much on the same latitude, Wisconsin and Latvia. So the nature, the surroundings, the environment is very similar.
So you've brought in what I would call, how tall is your arrangement? Maybe 3 feet tall?
Oh, yeah, I'd say about 3 feet.
But I would say, a small arrangement in comparison to what a gallery setting would
What
be.
you will see at the
So
Pfister
how
Hotel.
big will your woodland accoutrements
some of the
be?
trees, I think, are about 10 feet.
Really?
Yes.
Inside your gallery
Yes.
space across from the cafe
Oh,
there?
not in the gallery space.
Oh.
No, I would feel we wouldn't have any room for people.
That's why I was like, you have to be at an angle to get a 10-foot tree inside the gallery
Right.
space.
No, we're in the ballroom. So on gallery
Ooh.
nights, we host the event in the Rouge Ballroom, which is located in the lobby of the Pfister Hotel.
And renovated now, right?
Yes, it's
Oh,
beautiful.
my.
Yep, chandeliers and Christmas trees and still life arrangements and paintings. Come see them.
That is going to be a real experience. We're giving you a gallery night preview with the Pfister artist in residence for the second year in a row. An unprecedented accomplishment. Sasha Kinnens, stay with us for more about your creative process and the artwork. And also, if you want to see, text the word WATCH to the Siding Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line. Text WATCH to 855-616-1620 to get a preview of Gallery Night and what you'll see there. Stay with us on What's on Tap.
Brewers mini ticket plans for the 2026 season are available now with 6-game, 12-game, and build-your-own plan options. You can pick or build the best plan for your schedule, whether you're gearing up for tailgates under the sun, the thrill of the home runs, or the eruptions of walk-off wins. Brewers mini plans have you covered for the 2026 season with specially discounted ticket rates and more exclusive perks in each plan. Check out all the mini plan options available for 2026 now at brewers.com/ticket plans.
When it's 40 degrees in your living room and you've started using the toaster as a hand warmer.
And the dog is wearing more layers than a lasagna.
And you're using a blowtorch to defrost your Cheerios.
And you're considering burning the coffee table for warmth.
Then it's officially time to call Capital. We offer same-day heating repair service 7 days a week.
And for a limited time, all our heating service calls are free when we make the repair.
Just call Capital. We'll banish the brrr.
Call CapitalCares.com.
Skilled trade workers are the backbone of every community, and also the Army National Guard. Soldiers trained to keep the power flowing, engines running, and in every other trade needed to accomplish the mission. These soldiers are on the fast track to learning skills that can set them up for success at home with companies looking to hire the best. Their resumes are being built through their paid training and part-time service. Find out how you too can learn a trade profession by visiting NationalGuard.com. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
You still thinking job change in the new year? Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy. IT? Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI. That's what I did. Really? How? Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up. Sweet. Are classes online or on campus? Both. Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
Are you worried about running out of money in retirement? Wondering about how to pay less taxes? Join me, Tony Drake, for the Retirement Ready Show, live every Saturday at noon and Sunday at 7 a.m. on WTMJ 620 or 103.3 FM. We'll talk about smart strategies to help you retire with confidence. Don't miss it.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Getting you ready for the first Gallery Night MKE of the year, Friday, and Gallery Night also is Saturday afternoons, which is lovely because sometimes at the end of the week you're like, oh, let me just go home and then I'll go back out and see art. But it's a wonderful way to stroll around the city or just pick a couple of galleries and spend some real time. And the Pfister Hotel has an artist in residence program and has 16 in a row. until now. It's still 16 in a row, but entering their 17th Artist in Residence season, Sasha Kinnens has the honor of being a back-to-back Artist in Residence. And first of all, clarify, Artist in Residence does not mean that you live in a hotel room at the Pfister.
No, I'm sorry to say I'm not
Wouldn't
Eloise.
that be wonderful? But
Yes, I'm not Eloise at the Plaza.
the first time I heard that, it was when Timothy Westbrook was the Artist in Residence, and I got all excited. You know, a young guy. I thought, this is perfect. You get to create in the lobby, and then you get to like take the elevator
go upstairs and go to bed.
Exactly. And somebody cleans your room, and he's like, no, that is a misconception right there. But that gallery space across from the cafe, floor-to-ceiling windows, is a real gift for an artist to have a space to be in for one full year, knowing where you can be, and then to become the Artist in Residence. I assume you have to tell them, hey, here's my concept. This is what I would do in this space.
Exactly. And that is what I proposed for this second year, is to continue creating these immersive environments where people can come in and kind of get lost by looking at what's on the wall or what they are surrounded by. So I'll be switching up the space. You'll have to come visit.
I would be delighted. I will be delighted.
Good. The walls will be different, and I'm painting the ceiling, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
That is truly immersive. So in this past year, it really has been paintings.
Correct. Paintings on the wall, 2D. And this next year, it'll be incorporating a little bit of 3D, maybe some sculptures, maybe some digital art. Think Van Gogh or Monet. You know, those immersive experiences that were around.
With the projections and the lights. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, at the Baird Center, at the arena. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a taste of that, but I'm taking it one step further. Maybe with a little bit of poetry or with some sculptural elements that, I don't want to say quite puppets, but, you know, something that's moving, that is a sculpture that can also be considered an art form.
Why is it important to you to have this immersive experience beyond gazing at your painting and maybe me, myself, creating my own environment? Why is it important for you to supply this 3D sensory experience?
Oh, that's a good one. I think so. Two-part answer. I'm inspired by Rachel Carson's work. She was a biologist in the 60s that really started the green movement. And this is really the perfect time for me to be engaging in this as the Pfister is going green as well. Her poetry and her writing is so lyrical. I get lost in it, and I see these visions of images for paintings. It sounds a little hokey, but when I'm reading her prose, I can see how I could pair that with something two-dimensional or immersive. And I find that we, as viewers, when we are caught off guard emotionally or see something that speaks to us in a way that's emotive, that makes us love something even more, or maybe move to tears in a way because you have a memory from childhood, or remember a love or family member, whatever it is, it kind of changes you to care more, to care more for the environment or for that image that you see on the canvas or whatever it is. It just stirs something within you when it's more three-dimensional, when you're in it.
Interesting. Make that connection even stronger and approach all the senses.
Yes. Exactly.
Sasha, so when we invite people to go to the Pfister tomorrow, instead of walking into your gallery space, they're walking into the ballroom.
Into the ballroom. You can't miss it. 10-foot trees in there.
I was saying, describe a little bit about what to expect at the Pfister tomorrow when you walk into the lobby and into the ballroom to experience your woodland wonders.
Yes. It's a whole different setup. So typically I have some walls that I prop up with some lights and you see the paintings. But this time you'll be in this immersive forest environment and the paintings are going to narrate your, let's say, trail through the ballroom. Because it's not a typical paintings on the wall. It'll be like a nature trail that you're walking through. And as you see the paintings, they tell the story of what you see next. And maybe there might be a little bit of prose, some poetry thrown in there that helps conjure up some images that some relate to the paintings and some don't.
An indoor nature walk full of discovery.
Exactly.
And I assume you will be there as the guide?
I will be there to welcome everyone and guide you through.
Meet Sasha Kinnens, artist in residence at the Pfister at Gallery Night MKE tomorrow. What time do you start the immersive Woodlands Wonder?
It starts at 5 and it goes till 9 on Friday night. And then Saturday, I'll be there all day, 11 to 6 p.m. So please come on by.
Happy Gallery Night to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow.
Oh, absolutely. I will stroll right over. Thank you so much for visiting.
You're welcome.
Well, not tomorrow night, Friday night.
Yeah, Friday night.
You got me.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
This winter, treat yourself or someone you love to a getaway right here in Milwaukee. Milwaukee Hotel Month is coming with up to 25% off stays from January 14th through February 28th. From cozy boutique hideaways to modern downtown favorites, you'll find the perfect place for any kind of getaway. Enjoy world-class theater, inspiring museums, and award-winning dining, all paired with a warm, welcoming place to unwind after a full day of exploring the Brew City. Check in, chill out, and make winter feel a world away at visitmilwaukee.org/hotelmonth.
Every year I make the same resolutions.
What, get rid of your husband?
Don't be silly. No, get organized, and I'm finally keeping it.
Because we're turning that cluttered closet into a custom space that actually works.
More shelves, better hanging.
Space for shoes and sanity.
Start the new year with a closet that makes your mornings easier.
It's one resolution you don't have to do alone. We'll design it with you.
Get started at InspiredClosetsMilwaukee.com.
Inspired Closets.
A wife and husband team.
Who doesn't need a seasonal wardrobe update? But who has the cash to always keep their wardrobe updated? Ladies, that's why you shop St. Vincent de Paul. Our women's clothing is always a highlight of our stores, and thrift store prices keep the costs low. It allows you to experiment and also find a hidden gem. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
No matter how many people are in your family, buying new jackets for the cold weather months can be expensive. But when you shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, prices on cold weather jackets will give you a sigh of relief because thrift store prices mean great deals. And right now we have a great selection. Find great deals on cold weather jackets for the family at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ. And now, feast your ears. This is the song you need to hear.
Most blokes going to be playing at 10. These go to 11.
The Wisconsin State Fair has put out a string of concert announcements this week, and today, no exception. Country fans, Bailey Zimmerman is going to be performing on the Bank 5-9 main stage Saturday, August 8th. He's got a lot of number one songs, Where It Ends and Fall in Love, and I'm going to play a number one song for you next. Tickets on sale Friday for Bailey Zimmerman headlining the Bank 5-9 main stage at the Wisconsin State Fair August 8th, and I can pretty much guarantee you he'll play this song. This is Rock in a Hard Place, the song you need to hear from Bailey Zimmerman on What's on Tap.
We've been swinging and missing. It ain't broke yet, but it needs fixing. Been a while since you kissed, felt like kissing. It's just different. We've been talking about forever since we've been together. Something about a ring makes you think we're better off with all this, but we're caught in between a rock and a hard place. Red wine and mistakes, tears rolling down your face when I walked out that door. That's when I lost it. Midnight Is this where it mends or it breaks? Between a rock and a hard place. For the record, throwing in the towel takes some effort. So I'd rather ride it out for better weather. Together between a rock and a hard place. Red wine and mistakes, tears rolling down your face. When I walked out that door, that's when I lost it. Midnight in Austin, I'm exhausted. What this all for? Is this where it mends or it breaks? Between a rock and a hard place. We've been talking about forever since we've been together. Something about a ring makes you think we're better off with all this, but we're caught in between a rock and a hard place.
TMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Hey, this is WTMJ Steve Scavidi. If you're about to or just considering selling your business, you're likely experiencing a flood of questions and new priorities. In this new interactive webinar, Annex Wealth Management's Anthony Malachnik and Brian Lamborn will join me, Steve Scavidi, discussing many of the key questions you may be asking, including who you should consult with, what tasks you should prioritize, and when you're ready to make that move. Join me, Steve Scavidi, Anthony, and Brian for this informative webinar. Go to annexwealth.com, click on the events tab to join.
With the help of Less's Glass, you can have the shower you've always wanted. Heavy glass shower enclosures from Less's Glass are installed by the best in the business. And when you have a showroom to visit with over a dozen glass shower enclosures on display, there's no guessing games. See the ultimate in frameless shower design with doors mounted on smooth as silk stainless steel barn-style rollers. This design combines the beauty and elegance of heavy glass with a minimalist look to create an ideal shower enclosure for tight spaces. Premium shower doors and custom-designed all-glass enclosures. When you work with Less's Glass, you're working with a company that really can do it all. This is Stacy Sinks with Less's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be absolutely incredible. We're taking a trip this year called Treasures of Egypt. It includes Jordan, Petra, the Dead Sea, a 7-night Nile River cruise on a beautiful boat. It's going to be mystic and magical. It's September 24th, 2026. Stunning world-class itinerary, the Great Pyramids, the Towering Sphinx, that 7-night Nile River cruise, the tombs of Tutankhamun in the Valley of the Kings. It's an amazing itinerary. Let me get you the information. John at WTMJ.com. You send me an email. I send you our beautiful brochure with all the info, including pricing. John at WTMJ.com. Colette Vacations is our leader. They are the best. They'll provide us in top-tier hotels, lots of food, lots of drink, lots of history. Let me take you to the treasures of Egypt, Petra, and the Dead Sea. Send me an email, john at WTMJ.com.
Let me show you the world. Come away with me.
JOHN at WTMJ.com. Egypt this September.
Are you tired of being tired? Go to adventknows.com.
Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 7 o'clock, it's 20 degrees. Tonight, flurries early, then partly cloudy skies and windy, a low of 14. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Jessica Gatso. The immigration crackdown in Minnesota continues. ABC's Faith Abube on an immigrant family that was hiding in their home from ICE agents.
Can you put the guns down? There's kids in this house.
New video shows the view from inside an immigrant family's home after an ICE agent broke down the door with a battering ram. A woman telling agents they must show a warrant to enter Garrison Gibson's home. Gibson's lawyer says the 37-year-old is an immigrant from Liberia who fled civil war as a child, facing removal due to a decade-old drug conviction, but had been checking in with authorities for years. Homeland Security says he has a lengthy rap sheet.
Meanwhile, there have been some ICE resignations after the shooting death of Renee Good last week. 2 men from southeast Wisconsin accused in the death of a teenager 13 years ago are now facing murder charges.
Back in 2012, medical examiners ruled 16-year-old Corey Stingley's death a homicide due to asphyxia after he was physically restrained by multiple people during a suspected shoplifting incident at a West Allis convenience store. Now, more than a decade later, a special prosecutor has filed felony murder charges against now 67-year-old Robert Behringer and 39-year-old Jesse Cole. The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reports the men have agreed to a deferred prosecution agreement in the case, which means the charges will be dropped if certain conditions are met. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
Milwaukee police have new eyes in the sky to enhance public safety. Drones are now in use to get to emergencies quickly to identify potential crimes and incidents. Supervisor of the drone unit, Sergeant Christopher Boss, tells WTMJ.
If there's a great risk to the public, we are going to work harder to push this type of technology there faster, to get that set of eyes on, to build a better risk assessment for our officers, and ultimately impact the safety of the public.
Sergeant Boss says drones can also be used for larger events like Summerfest and other festivals. A Milwaukee craft brewery plans to grow its outdoor seating space over the next year.
Lakefront Brewery is aiming to add new cabanas, picnic tables, and a children's play area to space the brewery owns on a currently open lot east of Holton Street. Owner Russ Klisch tells WTMJ the play area is in response to the amenities other breweries and beer gardens offer for families.
I think that there's a lot of parents with kids that don't come here because there isn't any place for them to run around.
Klisch will appear before the city's Board of Zoning Appeals Thursday, since he says there needs to be a variance granted for a storage area that's also a part of the project. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
In a little over 3 weeks, top athletes from around the world will compete for an Olympic medal in the Winter Games. That includes Marquette graduate Emery Lehman, a bronze medal winner and 4-time member of the U.S. speed skating team. He tells Wisconsin's Morning News.
This will be like my first kind of normal Olympics, I guess you could say, because China, we had COVID, Korea was a little bit of a small town, and then Russia was pretty high security. So this will be like a first one in a big city that's you can just kind of walk in and out of the village and be around a cool town. So I'm quite excited for that.
The Winter Olympics get underway February 6th in Milan and Cortina, Italy. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:04.
She's been putting off knee surgery for years, and she had a trip coming up to Ireland, and she knew she was going to be walking a lot more than she had become accustomed to. So she finally took a chance and called for an appointment. And you know, it ended up helping her. She was able to do the walking and sightseeing pain-free. It led to an enjoyable trip, and I think we're going to be able to help her live a better life going forward. One that won't let pain stand in her way any longer. This is Rejuvenex founder Richard Salinas, and these are the kind of real-life stories I love to hear. Pain can take so much away from us, and when we can alleviate that kind of pain, it makes our purpose here at Rejuvenex that much more fulfilling. Don't let pain stand in your way any longer. Every day is precious. Take that next step. Schedule your appointment at Rejuvenex and start living your life again. Take a look at our Google reviews to learn more.
Close your eyes and picture Europe by water, sunlit ports, ancient cities, and effortless elegance. With Viking Cruises and Fox World Travel, the Mediterranean becomes your front porch. No crowds, no casinos, just culture, cuisine, and curated experiences designed for curious travelers. From Italy to Greece, every detail is handled, so all you do is savor the journey. Ready to sail Europe the refined way? Call 866-GO-FOX-GO or visit foxworldtravel.com to book today.
You've spent a lifetime taking care of others. Now it's your turn to enjoy life your way. At Capri Communities, they offer vibrant senior living where neighbors become friends, and each day brings something to smile about.
Well, it's breakfast with the boys, and then bingo is at 3 in the afternoon. I lost that super lady I lived with for 60 years, but have found a home and doing well. The accommodations, the facilities, it's been a pleasure.
Find your perfect new home at capricommunities.com.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All sports desk. A tough night at home for the Bucks, losing 139-106 to the Minnesota Timberwolves. The team got booed, and Giannis booed back.
I play basketball for my teammates. I play basketball for myself and my family. When people don't believe in me, I don't tend to be with them. I tend to be against them. But yeah, I've never been a part of something like that before, and I don't think it's fair.
The Bucks will head back on the road Thursday for a matchup with the San Antonio Spurs. In college basketball, the Wisconsin men's team kept its winning streak alive. John Blackwell hit a three-pointer at the buzzer to give the Badgers a 78-75 road win over Minnesota. Badgers sports updates are sponsored by Siding Unlimited, siding and a whole lot more. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. Mostly clear on the roads, no major incidents and no slowdowns. And time for the WTMJ forecast. Tonight, flurries early, then partly cloudy and windy, a low of 14. Thursday, partly cloudy with snow moving in at night, a high of 26. Friday, mostly cloudy and windy, scattered snow showers, looking at a total of 1 to 2 inches of snow, a high of 34. Saturday, mostly cloudy with more scattered snow showers, a high of 20. Sunday, mostly cloudy and another chance for scattered snow showers, windy, a high of 16. Right now in Madison, it's 15 degrees. In Green Bay, also 15. In Waukesha, 17. And in Milwaukee, it's 20 degrees. I'm Jessica Gatso, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:07.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. A deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Maxx.
Welcome to this second hour of a supersized episode of What's on Tap. Here with you till 9 o'clock and lots of fun in store. Giving you another gallery night preview, this time on the east side. Multi-talented artist Renee Bebo will join me at about 8:35 to preview what she'll be doing at Bronze Optical on Farwell, because Gallery Night MKE, first one of 2026, is Friday night, and they also do Gallery Day on Saturday, where you get to stroll around, explore galleries all around Third Ward, downtown, East Side, and enjoy socializing and seeing local artists. And also, Violins of Hope Wisconsin has been all around the southeastern Wisconsin area for the past 5 months. It's September, and here we are closing in on the last 2 weeks. Violins of Hope ends January 25th, and joining me at 7:35, I'm very happy to welcome the co-curator of the Violins of Hope exhibition at Jewish Museum Milwaukee, Samantha Abramson, and she's also the executive director of the Holocaust Education Resource Center. So I want to get her insights on how Violins of Hope has impacted our community so far, and also get a preview of Thursday's Maxwell Street Klezmer Band concert. That is going to be a great use of music as well. So that'll be at 7:35. Weekend events in Wisconsin. I know it's going to be chilly, but it doesn't mean we can't have some fun. And also, break a leg. We're going to wish lots of people on stage in our area a good time. You don't want to say good luck, so we'll say break a leg. So stay with me here. But right now, a beer that does good. Even if you're doing dry January, you might want to stock up on this. Third Space Brewing has come up with a peanut butter brilliance. And joining me in the studio to talk about this fantastic collaboration between Third Space Brewing and Islands of Brilliance, in the studio with me is the Islands of Brilliance co-founder and COO, Margaret Fairbanks. How are you, Margaret?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely, my pleasure. And on the phone, we have Third Space Brewing events manager, Cara Olds. Cara, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing great. How are you two tonight?
Very good. Warm and cozy.
Yes. Oh, it's so cold out there today.
But that's all right. We're going to warm you up with some good vibes because, Cara, would you do the honors of announcing the release officially of the special beer that Third Space Brewing has created?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are very, very excited about this partnership. So this Friday is our Q1 Pints with a Purpose release. One of our brewers, Aussie, created a really, really tasty peanut butter porter. It's called Peanut Butter Brilliance, obviously as a nod to Islands of Brilliance. Some tasting notes that we actually just packaged it today. So we got to just try it for the first time today.
Ooh,
absolutely delicious.
fresh.
It's like toasty, malty, nutty, and then some very, very subtle like dark chocolate and honey notes. So it sounds like it's going to be really good.
Cara, that sounds, I'm a big porter fan, especially at this chilly time of year for a good, robust, yet smooth, dark beer. Peanut butter brilliance and infused peanut butter. But you're also talking about dark chocolate and honey, so a little sweetness. That sounds delicious. And I'm going to ask that one kind of funny question. What if you have a nut allergy?
If you have a nut allergy, unfortunately, I don't think you can enjoy this beer. But
I'm just trying to keep everybody.
A lot of other tasty beers on tap.
That's what I was just going to say. I'm sure at the release party there are other delicious Third Space brews that you'll be able to serve up. And who is the brewmaster or brewmistress we have to thank for this?
Yeah, so our brewmaster at the brewery is Kevin Wright. He oversees the operation. However, the brewer who took the lead on this one is an amazing brewer named Austie Patrick. So Austie was the one who had the fantastic idea for the peanut butter porter and kind of led the development of the recipe. So we love Austie.
I do too, because anytime you can master a porter, but that is real creativity, being able to blend ingredients and have that sense of taste and texture and knowing what goes well together. And, of course, being willing to experiment as part of the creative process.
Yeah, absolutely. Something else I think that is really fun to mention, Aussie told me that, so they used a malt for this beer called Lighthouse Munich, which I think is just funny. They did that as kind of a thematic tie-in with the Islands of Brilliance with the lighthouse. So I just thought that was a fun little tidbit to the beer as well. But yeah, a lot of creativity and heart went into this one, so it should be good.
Well, you say creativity and heart, and that shows how conscientious Austie was, not just in making their perfect beer that will impress everybody, but that it really has that thread of Islands of Brilliance and collaborating on the real mission.
Yeah, absolutely.
And tell me about the mission of Pints for a Purpose that Third Space Brewing does.
Yeah, so Pints with a Purpose, we started back in, July of 2021. So we've been doing it for quite a while now. At Third Space, we have an employee-run, all-volunteer team it's our Community Outreach and DEI team. So we run this program quarterly, where every quarter we partner with a different nonprofit to partner on a release event. So the nonprofits really put all of the work into the event, and then we work on the beer side. So they usually will give us, some flavor notes that they might be interested in. We try to pull from seasonality, what we know, people are liking to drink. And then we try to make a tasty beer for them. And over the about 5 years now that we've been doing this, we've partnered with over 20 different nonprofits, all in the Milwaukee area, which we're really proud of. So it's a really cool program. We love doing it.
Cara Olds, events manager at Third Space Brewing. What a wonderful way to make a true impact in the community. And Cara, how did you and Margaret connect? Margaret's shrugging. Margaret's like, it's magic.
Who can remember? They actually applied to be, one of our Pints with a Purpose partners. So we connected, I think, back in maybe November to discuss the events, the program, what type of beer we want to do, the name, all of those things. So I think that they must have seen us on social media or something like that.
Well, I have to give credit to our board chair. Our board chair, Kelly Scott, is the one who reached out, and she did all the legwork on this. So the first time I got a chance to connect was just that time we met a couple months ago. So give credit where it's due. She's amazing.
Tell us about the release party where everybody's going to connect and have a sip.
Cara, do you want to jump in, or do you want me to jump in?
I would love it if you would talk about what you guys have planned a little bit.
Well, we are so excited, but Sandy, you kind of mentioned it right off the bat. We're facing January, which is a challenge because sometimes we like a dry January. So I keep saying, if you really think about this, like maybe you can put a pause on one day, a pause for a cause. Or
that's a good phrase.
You rephrase it like saying, okay, I have dry January because of the calendar, but I could reframe things and think about something called hygge, if you've ever heard that. So rather than the calendar, you look at the seasons. Right now is the best time of year to actually enjoy a delicious porter and kind of hunker down and think about it's cold outside. We're going to be at Third Space, which is amazing. Just come because it's an amazing place to begin with, right? So be there, be with a bunch of people. We're going to bring some activities. We're going to bring creativity and joy and a delicious beer. But if you're not a porter, feel free, if you're truly dedicated to that dry January, like you said, Carl, you guys have a lot of non-alcoholic options as well. So please just come and join us. But the whole quarter will benefit us. We're so grateful.
And where exactly is the party, Cara?
So the party is going to be at our downtown tap room at 1505 West St. Paul, so just a little bit west of the public market.
Oh, fantastic. I know where that is. Mm-hmm. Well, wonderful. Well, Cara, thank you very much for all that you do at Third Space Brewing to make the events happen and for Pints for a Purpose. Pints with a Purpose. Get it accurate. Pints with a Purpose. Third Space Brewing, making a difference truly in the community. 20 organizations so far and counting.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Prost.
All right. Bye, guys.
Good night, Cara. And Margaret's staying with me because Islands of Brilliance, I'm not sure that everyone knows just how meaningful and impactful of an organization using creativity and technology and human connection to make a difference. So stay with us here on What's on Tap and find out more about Islands of Brilliance. Next.
You can order online at martyspizza.net even before we open. And that's great for catering your large group lunch or just to make sure we get your delivery order where it needs to be right on time. We're big on catering and we love to deliver to large groups like weddings. You can bet a Marty's Pizza will bring a second win to any party. For carryout, delivery, or dine-in 7 days a week with 150 seating capacity, or for your large group gathering, remember Marty's Pizza off 594 and Highway 83 in Delafield.
Marty's Pizza. Do you remember when times were good? Well, they're good again. It's as good today as it was in the past. It doesn't get any better than that. Remember Marty's Pizza.
Right off 594 and Highway 83 in Delafield.
Kick off the new year with a smarter home and bigger savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. New windows to lock in the warmth, durable roofing, eye-catching siding, or a stunning bath makeover. Start the year off right and get $3,000 off your project. That's right, $3,000 back in your pocket during our New Year savings event. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. This deal won't last all winter. Exterior Pros and Baths. New year, new home, done right.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Capital Heating and Cooling. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. And at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx.
Milwaukee knows how to celebrate the accomplishments of good organizations, and I love the creative collaboration in our community. Third Space Brewing here in Milwaukee has created a limited edition peanut butter porter called Peanut Butter Brilliance, and the release party is tomorrow night. Or is it Friday night? It's Friday night. Forgive me. Everything's happening Friday. I don't know. Anyway, it's happening Friday night at Third Space Brewing on St. Paul downtown. And it is going to be a gathering of good people and creative people because this is one of their Pints with a Purpose. And the purpose is to shine a light, pun intended, on Islands of Brilliance. And in the studio with me is Margaret Fairbanks. You are co-founder and COO of Islands of Brilliance. What is this organization?
Oh, that's such a great question because it is so many things. At its core, we are a community, a safe space for the autistic and neurodivergent community. So we have a son with autism. He was identified at the age of 3. And later in life, when he was starting to do extracurriculars and things like that, there was nothing that was designed for the way his brain worked. But he was exceptionally creative. He had this passion. For him, it was the trains, but many of the students that we work with have a very specific passion. It could stay the same, it could change. But very few organizations kind of went there with them, said, let's use that at the starting point. Let's use that as a spark of your connection with us. But he was also very good with technology. So what we took the things that mattered to him, his area of interest, his desire to connect with others, his that access to technology, and we created something that was designed for him, not sort of like asking him to change who he was initially. And it was a test that we started at Discovery World in 2012, and we have grown organically since then because there's a need. There's a need for families and individuals to find that safe place, that place where their student is recognized, is seen, is heard, and can be their authentic selves. And that's what we're the most proud of. We have a community of people who know they are safe with us.
And how do you achieve those safe spaces of expression and creativity and technology?
Well, creativity is the core, right? Because I keep going back to when we see little kids, when we see babies and toddlers, and they are exploring the world, that sense of joy, that sense of creativity, there's nothing, we encourage that, right? But we get into a school environment and we get into certain situations or, things where kids are expected to do certain things and they can't explore openly and in a way that's organic for them, in a way that works for them. It's got to be how it's designed for that environment, right? So why not create an environment where exploration and creativity is the starting place, where you can take your love of Pokemon, you can take your love of trains or anime or Minecraft, video games, things like that. That's the starting point. And suddenly, there's 2 other kids in the class who also love anime or also love Pokemon and that's we're finding these connections, but creativity is the core because there's no right or wrong with creativity. It's open-ended. And there's no judgment. It's not a class where you have a grade or a rubric. It's let's just explore and share and be together and have creativity and that sense of curiosity and excitement as the energy that's in the room.
What are some of the other artful or creative ways that you use connectivity in Islands of Brilliance?
My gosh. Creativity is the reason we exist, but I would say technology has given us the design. So in other words, we start with design and illustration. So a lot of our kiddos are prolific creators, prolific illustrators. They have their sketchbook after sketchbook of these original, I call them OCs, they're original characters. And they have stories and backstories and they can go on and on and on. That's one set of kids. There's other kids who are like, okay, I'm a video gamer, right? I want to understand how the elements of video gaming, and we might look at 3D modeling. So taking a piece and then designing it in 3D, and how do you do a character turnaround? How do you have the whole, and that's a whole different set of skills because you have to understand how to that visual spatial thing. How do we create something in 3D? How do you get it to move? How do you animate it? How do you add color? How do you add light? Things like that. So that appeals to a whole different set of kids. And then we have media and animation, which is the thing we've kind of launched in the last year. Man, has that been popular because so many of our kids are like, hey, I got this character. If I can figure out how to make that character move across the screen, I am good and I am happy. So it's more about taking their passions and showing them different things they can do it through technology and that creativity.
Well, Margaret, that's not only satisfying creatively, but those sound like marketable skills to me.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? We want to get there. But if you don't have that sense of, I have a place where I'm happy and welcome and safe, that's our starting point. So yeah, our long-term goal is can we get these kids access to things like jobs and, an environment where they're accepted and they're given a chance. They're seen as capable and not as, technically I don't like the term disability. So I keep saying, what are the capabilities? And let's start there. So when you start there, when you start here's my joy, here's where I'm capable, and here's how I can use that as a way to show you what I'm, my growth path. That's awesome.
Is Islands of Brilliance for children or for all ages?
We typically start at about age 8. I've had parents who know about us who said, I need my kid in there now because you are that place I need. I need it for my child, but I need it for me too. I need, as a parent, to know that this is where my kid is going to excel or thrive or grow. But we go all the way up to, we've got students in their mid-30s. So age is not the driving point. It's, are we the space you want to be? Are we that place that you need and that you find safe and welcoming and inviting?
Continuing this conversation with Islands of Brilliance, co-founder and COO Margaret Fairbanks. Stay with us on What's on Tap.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
The 6th annual Hales Corners Hometown Boat Show is on now at MW Marine. Check out the newest fishing boats from Lund, Vexus, and Ranger, all powered by Mercury Outboards. Grab a gorgeous 2026 model or save big on remaining 2025 Mercury-powered boats with substantial rebates. Demand is high, so get to MW Marine today. Free parking and free admission. Don't miss the Hometown Boat Show at MW Marine, MWMarine.com.
If you've been thinking about a makeover for your kitchen cabinets, let me tell you why now is the perfect time. During the New Year New Kitchen event at Redo Cabinets, you'll get 75% off installation with every remodeling project, plus no interest and no payments until 2027. That's right, 2027. It's Redo Cabinets' best offer of the year. You'll transform your existing kitchen with a fresh new look and premium products made right here in the USA. Quickly transform your dated kitchen without the hassle, the stress, and the cost of a full remodel, with premium cabinet refacing in just days. Learn about the options, the colors, the styles, the accessories, and the savings. The Redo Cabinets New Year New Kitchen event is on now. Get 75% off installation, plus no interest or payments until 2027. Call today for a free, no-obligation consultation. Call 414-677-6417. That's 414-677-6417. Or visit RedoCabinets.com. This year, don't replace, reface with Redo Cabinets.
WTMJ's John Mercure here. I love my dogs, Bella and Baxter, an important part of our family. They're kind of like kids sometimes, and like kids, they weren't always listening, but I've got it figured out now. Thanks to Matt and his teams at Sit Means Sit Dog Training, our dogs are better behaved. They don't bark as much. They just listen better. They're happy, confident, obedient. Our house is a better house. Sit Means Sit Dog Training turned it around for us. Let them do the same for you. You can start with a free consultation. The website is sitmeanssitwaukesha.com. Sitmeanssitwaukesha.com.
Start the new year off on a healthier note by taking active liver supplements from New Nordic every day. Available online at Amazon or newnordicusa.com or at your local CVS, ShopRite, Meijer Grocery, or Wegmans.
Get your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval to buy at ACCUNET.com.
What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx is back on WTMJ.
And I'm in the studio for just a couple more minutes with Islands of Brilliance co-founder and COO Margaret Fairbanks. How do you describe Islands of Brilliance right now?
Oh, I think for our families, we are the best kept secret. I can't tell you how many times people said, how come you've been around for 13, going on 14 years, how come we have never heard of you? And I think that's because we know what we do is hard. So we needed to grow slowly to make sure that we could provide the fidelity of service that we do. And we are super, super, super excited because we lost our space it used to be in the Third Ward area during COVID, but we now have our own studio. So this week I've had probably 3 or 4 families come and visit us because our process is very involved. And we have this, we need to get to know you. You need to get to know us. Are we a good fit? Because if we're not a good fit,
it's not going to be successful for either of you.
And we keep selling to, you might think your child is a good fit for Islands. We want the child to think they're a good fit for Islands. So we really take the time to work with the families, but work with that individual to make sure that we get that thumbs up from them. And that can take a long time, but it's the most important thing we do. They need to be on board. They need to know that they're welcome and safe and excited. And, then the creativity starts. When you're in a happy place, just look out. We have fun.
And the specific population that you are serving?
Mm-hmm. So our design is originally for just the autistic population, but in the past few years, we realized that people come to us and they may not have a diagnosis of autism. They may have a diagnosis of anxiety or ADHD or depression. Anybody who kind of falls into that neurodivergent category, and that's a big, broad window. The way I like to, in a simple way, if you access the world, if your brain works in a different way, and you need a different way to access information or you respond in a different way, we're probably a good place for you.
What's the website to check out?
It's islandsofbrilliance.org.
Islandsofbrilliance.org. And then Friday, invite everybody.
Friday, come and party with us. It's just a big celebration. They did a really good job, so we're excited.
Third Space Brewing, taste Peanut Butter Brilliance, a limited edition peanut butter porter that Third Space has brewed specially for Islands of Brilliance. Go to the party at Third Space Brewing on St. Paul on Friday. Thank you so much, Margaret Fairbanks.
Hope to see you all there.
Co-founder and COO of Islands of Brilliance. Thank you so much. And now we go to the WTMJ Breaking News Center. Here is Jessica Gatso.
Thanks, Sandy. The Madison Police Department requests a formal review of its response to the deadly shooting at Abundant Life Christian School. The department is partnering with the U.S. Department of Justice's Office of Community-Oriented Policing Services and the National Policing Institute to conduct the review. It will focus on what worked, the challenges, and how the Madison Police Department can better prepare for future critical incidents. A student shot and killed a teacher and a classmate and injured 6 others during the shooting in December 2024 before turning the gun on herself. No one is hurt after a Milwaukee County Transit bus collides with 2 cars near Fredert Hospital. The Connect One bus hit the 2 parked cars while traveling near East 92nd and Wisconsin. 2 people were on board the bus, but no one was injured. The cause of the crash is still unknown. Wisconsin lawmakers are considering a bill to cap ticket resale prices. It would require venues and resellers to clearly show the full price up front, including all fees, and it being banned from raising prices once posted. The bill would also block reselling tickets above face value without authorization from the event operator. Violators would face a $1,000 fine per incident and give up profits from illegal sales. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. Mostly clear on the roads, no major incidents, and no slowdowns. Taking a look at the WTMJ forecast. Tonight, flurries early, then partly cloudy and windy, a low of 14. Thursday, partly cloudy with snow moving in at night, a high of 26. Friday, mostly cloudy and windy with scattered snow showers, a total of 1 to 2 inches of snow, a high of 34. Saturday, mostly cloudy and cold with more scattered snow showers, a high of 20. Right now in Milwaukee, it's 19 degrees. I'm Jessica Gatso, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 7:33.
Day after day, year after year, the heavy lifting, the repetitive motion, and now your body feels it. Your back, your knees, your quality of life.
At Access Legal, we stand up for people worn down by work.
Workers' comp is our sole focus, and our team has recovered more than $35 million for Wisconsin workers. From sudden accidents to pain that builds over years of hard work, we're dedicated to fighting for the benefits you're entitled to. If you've been worn down by work, contact Access Legal for a risk-free consultation.
Search AXIS Legal today.
When you jump on the back of a bull and the gate swings, there's no middle ground. You either ride it out with 8 seconds of pure adrenaline or hit the dirt and run. Bull riding is not just a sport, it's a gamble of guts and glory. Nothing else compares. This is the PBR Unleash the Beast Tour. See the best bull riders in the world face off at Busch Light PBR Milwaukee, presented by Cooper Tires at Fiserv Forum this weekend. Ready to be cowboy? Get your tickets at Ticketmaster. It's bull time.
It's a robber, and if you ignore it, it will just keep taking and taking. I know how pain can consume you. It steals the fun out of life. It steals your energy. And it's just a dark cloud over a lot of people's lives, even on the sunniest of days. But your joint pain does not have to rob you of your life or your happiness. Because at Rejuvenex, we can alleviate your pain, and that can rejuvenate your life. In a world where big box healthcare has driven pain treatment costs through the roof, and has made it look like joint replacements are your only option, Rejuvenex has kept pain treatment affordable for almost anyone. And for most with insurance, including Medicare and Medicaid, we've seen pain treatment paid for by insurance with zero out-of-pocket cost to our patients. This is Rejuvenex founder Richard Salinas. Don't let pain rob you. Take action today so we can help make your joint pain go away. Call today, and there's a good chance we'll see you tomorrow.
Whoa, hey, what are these?
Dude, Screamin' Sicilian Loaded Breadsticks. They are available in cheesy garlic or pepperoni. They're seriously not messing around. These bad boys bake right in their own tray and come fully loaded.
Okay, these are insane. Hey, is this dinner?
Nope, just the warm-up. Find Screamin' Sicilian Loaded Breadsticks in your local grocer's freezer section. Screamin' Sicilian Loaded Breadsticks. Fully loaded, bring the flavor.
At Capri Communities, they believe people of every age deserve to enjoy life.
I recently moved my dad into a Capri community. He has gained such new independence. His falls have decreased, he's eating healthy meals, and going on great new adventures. Knowing Dad is in a great place really gives me the peace of mind I needed. And now, we're both enjoying life again.
Give the care that has your parent enjoying life again at Capri Communities. Get started today at capricommunities.com.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Welcome back to What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. Handcrafted, homegrown, world-class. Discover more at visitmilwaukee.org. That music you are hearing is from one of the performances from the Violins of Hope Wisconsin program that has been happening since September here in the southeastern Wisconsin area at organizations of all kinds, multicultural organizations and arts performances and exhibitions. And joining me to talk about what's happening these last 2 weeks, Violins of Hope ends on January 25th. So to tell us what we can still get in on is Samantha Abramson, co-curator of the Violins of Hope exhibition at Jewish Museum Milwaukee. And you are also executive director of the Holocaust Education Resource Center. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're doing important, powerful work based on those job titles, Samantha.
We are definitely staying busy, and we're really grateful to the Milwaukee Youth Symphony Orchestra for bringing this amazing collection of over 70 instruments to Milwaukee.
It really is a wonderful accomplishment, not only to bring these instruments, but to make sure that they are circulating all around our state for 5 months, and the level of collaboration with all kinds of Japanese cultural organizations, different churches, different musical organizations. It's been really inspiring to see people connecting and resonating with this history.
The Violins of Hope residency has really brought a very unique opportunity for our entire city, and I want to say state, to really understand the lessons of the Holocaust in a really unique way, engaging in the arts and storytelling in ways that we usually cannot in Holocaust education.
And when somebody says to you, wait, Violins of Hope, I think I've heard something about that, how do you explain it to someone?
Absolutely. So the Violins of Hope are a collection of over 100 instruments, mostly violins, but some cellos and violas as well. And this is a collection that was assembled in Israel by the Weinstein family, which was a Holocaust survivor family. They fortunately found refuge in Tel Aviv when they fled Poland on the eve of the Holocaust. And it became their life's work to collect all of these instruments that told stories of the Holocaust, whether that was through the lens of someone who survived the Holocaust by forcibly playing in an orchestra, such as an Auschwitz concentration camp. Sometimes these are stories about Jewish musicians and Jewish composers whose lives were cut short because they were murdered in that mass genocide.
It's just incredible that these pieces of art in these instruments have survived, and they are telling these stories, and that the people who came up with this idea immediately, they are the people who have restored these instruments.
It's an incredible experience, and it really, at its core, talks about the story of the Jewish people and Jewish identity and the Jewish people's ability to fight and resist oppression over the thousands of years that they've experienced anti-Semitism. And it's also about humanity and how we look for the moments of strength in whatever tools we can find, and that includes in music.
Well, what an important job you have had as part of one of the most lingering parts of the program. You've co-created the exhibition that is on display at Jewish Museum Milwaukee. Tell me about what we can see.
Yes, so we were so honored to co-curate this exhibition with Jewish Museum Milwaukee. And this exhibition features 24 violins from the Violins of Hope collection. Each one tells a very unique story related to the mostly Jewish musicians and Jewish composers and Jewish families who owned these instruments, many of whom do not survive the Holocaust. But what we are really proud of that I think makes our exhibit very unique when we look at all of the wonderful programming that's happening around Violins of Hope is that we are looking at these violins not only through the lens of Holocaust education and remembrance, which of course is an important part of the story, but also looking at Jewish identity before the Holocaust. How has music shaped the experience of the Jewish people for thousands of years, dating back to biblical times to the present? How have Jews been impacted by and helped shape music traditions in whatever country, whatever nation they have lived in over the thousands of years that they've been a people of diaspora?
What an interesting exploration, because I think for a display, you're thinking of looking at these beautifully preserved, fragile wooden instruments with the strings and maybe reading a plaque next to it. But to actually carry that thread of melody and song throughout the centuries in this culture in particular and explore those aspects, that is fascinating.
Thank you. And those, yes, this is certainly a visual exhibition with these violins, but violins are meant to be played. And the violins we have in this exhibition are not all playable at this point for various reasons. Some of them are not restored to a playable condition. We are forced to confront the atrocity and the trauma that these violins experienced, and that makes them unplayable in most cases today. But you'll hear tunes, melodies throughout the exhibition. So this isn't just a visual experience. We also have klezmer music. This is music that is part of the Jewish Yiddish tradition, very popular and common in 18th and 19th century Europe before the Holocaust. You hear klezmer in this exhibition, and you understand that this is a thread of music that would have been played at Jewish weddings and Jewish celebrations, and this is life for the Jewish people before the Holocaust. And amazingly, we are also able to hear that music today. In fact, tomorrow evening, we're going to have a concert with a klezmer musician, Maxwell Street Band, who is going to play some of the very klezmer music that we would have heard in pre-war communities.
And you talk about music being life, and I think one of the biggest themes of Violins of Hope is literally hope and resilience. And when you hear klezmer music, you can't help but be joyous and smile and maybe even run around the room a little bit in dance. We'll have more with the Violins of Hope. Like I said, I'm just so glad you're here. Samantha Abramson is with me. She's the executive director of the Holocaust Education Resource Center and also co-curator of the Violins of Hope exhibition at Jewish Museum Milwaukee. We're going to find out more of some of the more special moments you've experienced with Violins of Hope and maybe some klezmer music next on What's on Tap.
Hey, this is WTMJ Steve Scavidi. If you're about to or just considering selling your business, you're likely experiencing a flood of questions and new priorities. In this new interactive webinar, Annex Wealth Management's Anthony Malachnik and Brian Lamborn will join me, Steve Scavidi, discussing many of the key questions you may be asking, including who you should consult with, what tasks you should prioritize, and when you're ready to make that move. Join me, Steve Scavidi, Anthony, and Brian for this informative webinar. Go to annexwealth.com, click on the Events tab to join.
Education changes everything. It opens doors, shapes futures, and builds the foundation for our children's success. At City Forward Collective, we're working to transform our city's schools and ensure every Milwaukee child receives the high-quality education they deserve. We've taken real steps forward, but our work is far from done. This giving season, we're asking you to join us. Together, we can secure a stronger future for our children and a stronger future for Milwaukee. To support our mission, visit cityforwardcollective.org/donate. That's cityforwardcollective.org/donate.
Here's a dose of reality. Driving under the influence of prescription painkillers is just as illegal and just as deadly as driving drunk. In fact, there are nearly 2,000 drug-related crashes every year in Wisconsin. Help prevent drugged driving, and let's achieve 0 preventable deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Driving on pills kills. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Departments of Health Services, Transportation, and Justice.
We'll make your ads potent, memorable, and effective. Whether it's radio, TV, billboards, or digital, our understanding of the market and long-standing relationships are unmatched. Anderson Smith represents a substantial amount of advertising billing, which will benefit you in getting much more for your ad dollar. Our compensation model is designed to make it affordable for businesses like yours to use us. And we hold on to our clients because what we do works, and they trust us. Anderson-Smith.com. We help small business advertisers get better results. Too many times was I told, just go out there and sell something. Too many times did an advertiser buy just one package only to be disappointed. I'll give it a try, they said. You know, I was just doing my job until I realized that that job set a lot of people up for advertising failure. So we started Anderson Smith, and since then, we've retained many clients for over a decade and have been a valuable asset to their business because we're helping them rather than just selling them. Anderson-Smith.com. We help small business advertisers get better results.
Close your eyes and picture Europe by water, sunlit ports, ancient cities, and effortless elegance. With Viking Cruises and Fox World Travel, the Mediterranean becomes your front porch. No crowds, no casinos, just culture, cuisine, and curated experiences designed for curious travelers. From Italy to Greece, every detail is handled, so all you do is savor the journey. Ready to sail Europe the refined way? Call 866-GO-FOX-GO or visit foxworldtravel.com to book today.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
It's tough not to smile when you hear klezmer music. We are talking about Violins of Hope. 2 weeks left for this incredible program that focuses on music and instruments that survived the Holocaust. And joining me in the studio is Samantha Abramson. She is the executive director of the Holocaust Education Resource Center and co-curator of the Violins of Hope exhibition at Jewish Museum Milwaukee, which showcases many of the instruments, but as you were sharing with us, lots of the music. And tomorrow night, you can experience the Maxwell Street Klezmer Band in person. Where is this event happening?
This event is happening at Jewish Museum Milwaukee, and the exhibition, Violins of Hope, Strings of Jewish Resistance and Resilience, will be open and available for touring in the hour before the concert.
That's going to be great. Do you enjoy klezmer music?
I love klezmer. In fact, the Maxwell Street Band was at my wedding many years ago. So they're fantastic. They're an excellent representation of again, this very unique style of Jewish Yiddish folk music that is really just such a beautiful piece of our identity and a piece of our identity that the Nazis sought to destroy that lives on in 2026.
But somehow couldn't. What did it mean for people in concentration camps to play music or to not be able to play music?
You know, depending on where one was during the Holocaust, those experiences were very different. This summer, I was really excited and grateful to join 89 students from the Milwaukee Youth Symphony Orchestra's Senior Symphony for a world tour they did in Poland and the Czech Republic. And we took them to Auschwitz, which is actually 3 different camps, including a labor concentration and death camp. We also visited Terezin, and those are 2 of the over 40,000 ghettos and camps that were operated by the Nazis and their collaborators during World War II and the Holocaust. And each experience is different. In a place like Terezin, which is where many Jewish artists and musicians were imprisoned by the Nazis, Jewish life continued despite the odds. People continued to play klezmer music in those spaces. They brought their prayer shawls and their Torahs and tried to have some semblance of everyday life and Jewish identity. And the tragedy is that most of the people who were imprisoned in Terezin were eventually sent to concentration and death camps like Auschwitz, where they were gassed upon arrival. In fact, there's a Jewish composer named Pavel Haas, who we know was a very, very well-known composer in the 1930s in Czechoslovakia. He was imprisoned at Terezin. He was forced to compose music for a propaganda video that the Nazis were creating. And the Red Cross also visited as part of that deception. And he was eventually sent to Auschwitz and murdered. And the world lost all of that talent that he had. But many of his pieces of sheet music that he composed in Terezin survived. And we saw some of those pieces of sheet music this summer.
What a profound trip, again, that music has taken the MISO students and you around the world to learn this history. And that history and those experiences are going to stay with all of you forever. And now you all want to carry that forward and have that sobering part of history not happen again and see that it really has a human price.
That's exactly right. And when we were at Auschwitz together this summer, we talked about that mantle of responsibility that these young performers, our future leaders, really are taking on when they pick up these violins and begin to play them. That this is not about learning about the Holocaust just for the sake of it. This is about learning how the human spirit endures, learning about what it means to resist, and learning about how we fight forms of hatred, such as anti-Semitism in today's world.
And also how art provides hope and ties us together.
Absolutely.
She is Samantha Abramson, Executive Director of the Holocaust Education Resource Center and co-creator of Violins of Hope, the exhibition at Jewish Museum Milwaukee. There are just 2 more weeks to get in on the Violins of Hope exhibitions and performances. We will have the rest of those details in just a couple minutes, and I want to find out Samantha's must-see part of the exhibition at Jewish Museum Milwaukee. Stay with us on What's on Tap.
Tune in to Wisconsin's Midday News with Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty.
From the WTMJ Breaking Newsroom, protests continue in Minneapolis after 37-year-old Renee Nicole Good was shot and killed by an ICE agent.
Bringing you the latest in news, sports, traffic, and weather.
Lawmakers in Madison are being urged to pass legislation to improve conditions in jails and prisons across the state.
Every weekday from noon until 3 p.m. Only on WTMJ.
Sniffles and sneezes got you down? GoodRx is here to help with big savings on commonly prescribed cold and flu meds. GoodRx is free and easy to use. GoodRx is accepted at all major pharmacies like CVS, Walmart, and Walgreens. Just search your prescription, find a coupon, then show your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx is not insurance, but it works whether you have insurance or not. If you do, GoodRx may beat your copay price. Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com to save today.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover's accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times?
You're playing the lute. Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
The Menards 15% off bag sale is here. Whether you pack it, load it, stuff it, or stack it, if it fits in the bag, you save 15%. Need new tools? Updating your bath or faucet? Or simply want some snacks? Put them in the bag and save 15%. So pick up a bag in-store at Menards and find out how much you can fit in the bag. Now through January 24th. See store for complete details.
Save big money at Menards.
Recently, a seller that unfortunately ended up choosing another agent called me. She said she made a mistake, and what she was expressing to me sounded like she kind of was bullied into signing with him. Is it typical? Not always, but it will never happen when you hire a Century 21 Benefit Realty agent. I want our agents to be able to look in the mirror and say, I'd want to work with me. Not because they're good at saying what you want to hear or offer the lowest commission, but because of trust. Because if you're not feeling that from your agent, that's a problem. And I don't want that. At 1.9% on the listing side of your sale with our commission capped at $19,000, Century 21 Benefit Realty leads with a very fair and transparent commission structure with maximum marketing that can get your home sold fast and for the best price. And saving money matters, but working with someone who'll tell you exactly what you need to know up front, that creates trust. And that matters too. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx.
And I am joined by Samantha Abramson. She is the Executive Director of the Holocaust Education Resource Center and co-curator of the Violins of Hope exhibition at Jewish Museum Milwaukee. You're hearing some of the music that was performed at some of the performances earlier Because Violins of Hope has been here in Wisconsin since September, but now it's the last 2 weeks, Samantha. What do you recommend? A couple of events?
First, if you have not been to Jewish Museum Milwaukee to see this fantastic exhibition, it is open now through the 25th of January, and we really encourage you to come see it. It will never be in this formation as an exhibition again. This is an originally curated show by Jewish Museum Milwaukee, so we really hope you'll come visit. We have 2 programs left connected to the exhibit that we really encourage you to come and enjoy. Tomorrow night is our klezmer concert with Maxwell Street Band, and that is at 7 o'clock. I believe tickets are almost sold out, so if you're thinking about it, now's your chance
it's going to be a good time,
Go to the website, Jewish Museum Milwaukee, and buy a ticket. Our final program will be in honor of International Holocaust Remembrance Day, which recognizes the annual anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz. That program is going to be on Sunday, January 25th at 1 p.m., and that will feature a panel discussion with all 3 curators of this show. So we really encourage you to come learn a bit more about how music is a form of resilience and resistance during the Holocaust, and how the Jewish people and others use music and the arts as a form of resistance today.
That is violensofhopewisconsin.org for information on those events. And before we let you go, tell me what the must-see is at the Jewish Museum Milwaukee Violins of Hope exhibition.
All 24 violins are must-sees, and it's really hard for me to pick a favorite. It's like picking a favorite child. But I will say that the violin I always start with is one of our klezmer violins. This is a violin that has a Jewish Star of David inlay made out of mother of pearl. The back of it looks gorgeous. It's varnished. It's been perfectly restored by the Weinstein family. And when I work with students, and there are about 2,000 or 3,000 students who have gone through this exhibition, I ask them to look at the front and the back. Now, the front has a very different look than the back. It's not beautifully varnished. The wood is popping out of the seams. It's cracked. And this is my favorite violin to start with because it shows how these violins were forcibly played in situations where SS officers forced Jewish musicians to play in the elements, to play those beautiful violins outdoors, in the rain, in the snow. And we can see what trauma these violins experienced and only begin to fathom what the musicians attached to those instruments went through.
What a perfect example of what this Violins of Hope exhibition and program is supposed to express. She is Samantha Abramson, Executive Director of the Holocaust Education Resource Center and proud co-curator of the Violins of Hope exhibition at Jewish Museum Milwaukee. Thank you for spending time with me, and I hope you enjoy the rest of Violins of Hope.
Thank you.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
If you've been thinking about a makeover for your kitchen cabinets, let me tell you why now is the perfect time. During the New Year New Kitchen event at Redo Cabinets, you'll get 75% off installation with every remodeling project, plus no interest and no payments until 2027. That's right, 2027. It's Redo Cabinets' best offer of the year. You'll transform your existing kitchen with a fresh new look and premium products made right here in the USA. Quickly transform your dated kitchen without the hassle, the stress, and the cost of a full remodel with premium cabinet refacing in just days. Learn about the options, the colors, the styles, the accessories, and the savings. The Redo Cabinets New Year New Kitchen event is on now. Get 75% off installation, plus no interest or payments until 2027. Call today for a free, no-obligation consultation. Call 414-677-6417. That's 414-677-6417. Or visit redocabinets.com. This year, don't replace, reface with Redo Cabinets.
A buck in today's world doesn't go far unless you're spending it at Griffin. Because for just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. Buy one or a whole set. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand. We'll put you in new tires for just $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. That's right, $1 over cost, and we'll even show you the invoice to prove it. So what's the catch? There's really no catch. You don't have to buy a car or a truck from us. We'd like it if you did, but our only requirement is we put them on for you. Buy one, two, or a set of four. The $1 deal at Griffin. Available at Griffin Chrysler Jeep South, 27th Street, and Griffin Ford Waukesha. The $1 deal at Griffin. Make your dollar go further. Griffin, the buck stops here, but the deals on tires don't. $1 over cost. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
When I shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, every time I come in, it's like a whole new store. It's because new inventory is arriving daily, all kinds of everything. And let me tell you, thrift store prices make buying easy. And helping others at the same time, that's icing on the cake. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
With an ever-changing inventory, you never know what great bargains you're going to be able to find at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. It makes shopping fun because the best finds are the ones you had no idea you'd even come across. And when they're at thrift store prices, it feels good. And it feels even better to know you're helping us help others. Shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul. Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenex.com. Breaking news as it happens. Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 8:01, it's 19 degrees. Tonight, flurries early, then partly cloudy and windy, a low of 14. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Jessica Gatso. A father charged with locking his children in a Milwaukee storage unit is found guilty. A jury convicted Charles DePriest on all 8 counts of child neglect and 1 count of possessing a firearm as a felon. He testified this afternoon.
I believe I was doing everything within my ability to make sure that they didn't have to sleep outside or in a truck with a broken back window at night, exposed to the elements.
DePriest said his family was searching for stable housing after their lease expired when police found his 6 children living in the store safe near 27th and Silver Spring in September. The children's mother, Asia Zielinski, pled guilty to 2 misdemeanor charges of child neglect in a plea deal last week. A federal judge has declined to immediately rule on an emergency request by the state of Minnesota and the Twin Cities to bar the Trump administration's use of ICE to crack down on illegal immigration in the state. The judge said the Justice Department needs to weigh in on the request before making a ruling. The judge wants the DOJ to file their argument on Minnesota's request for the restraining order by Monday. Amid ongoing concerns surrounding AI data centers, a big tech giant is issuing a call to industry leaders.
Microsoft President Brad Smith says his company plans to pay its fair share and not put the burden on taxpayers. He tells Wisconsin's Morning News he supports a proposal from We Energies that would raise rates for data centers in Wisconsin.
It's the right thing, not just for the people of the state. It's, I think, critical for a long-term successful AI infrastructure business here.
Smith says he would also support state laws putting regulations on the facilities. Microsoft is investing over $7 billion for its data center campus in Mount Pleasant. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
Milwaukee police are sending drones to help officers get critical information faster. The department says drones will be deployed on certain calls for service, providing real-time video to officers and dispatchers. Milwaukee Police Chief Jeffrey Norman.
The process of a call coming in goes to, a dispatcher. Then it has to be found a final squad to be able to respond. Those are minutes, precious minutes. This is a tool to help us to respond to these more serious calls, subject with a gun. So it's better to have eyes on that situation, confirmation of what people are seeing.
Chief Norman says this tool could give officers more details before arriving on scene. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:04.
Every year I make the same resolutions.
What, get rid of your husband?
Don't be silly. No, get organized, and I'm finally keeping it.
Because we're turning that cluttered closet into a custom space that actually works.
More shelves, better hanging.
Space for shoes and sanity.
Start the new year with a closet that makes your mornings easier.
It's one resolution you don't have to do alone. We'll design it with you.
Get started at InspiredClosetsMilwaukee.com.
Inspired Closets.
A wife and husband team.
When you jump on the back of a bull and the gate swings, there's no middle ground. You either ride it out with 8 seconds of pure adrenaline or hit the dirt and run. Bull riding is not just a sport, it's a gamble of guts and glory. Nothing else compares. This is the PDR Unleash the Beast Tour. See the best bull riders in the world face off at Busch Light PDR Milwaukee, presented by Cooper Tires at Fiserv Forum this weekend. Ready to be cowboy? Get your tickets at Ticketmaster. It's bull time.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's 4 walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law offices. One call, that's all sports desk. A tough night at home for the Bucks, losing 139-106 to the Minnesota Timberwolves. They head back on the road Thursday for a matchup with the San Antonio Spurs. In college basketball, the Wisconsin men's team kept its winning streak alive. Badgers with a 78-75 win over Minnesota. Badgers sports updates are sponsored by Siding Unlimited. Siding and a whole lot more. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. Mostly clear on the roads at this point. No major incidents and no delays. Time for the WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, flurries early, then partly cloudy skies and windy, low of 14. Thursday, partly cloudy with snow moving in at night, a high of 26. Friday, mostly cloudy with scattered snow showers, looking at a total of 1 to 2 inches of snow, a high of 34 degrees. Saturday, mostly cloudy and cold with more scattered snow showers, a high of 20. On Sunday, cloudy and scattered snow showers again, windy, a high of 16. Right now in Madison, it's 14 degrees. In Green Bay, it is 15. In Waukesha, it's 17. And in Milwaukee, it's 19 degrees. I'm Jessica Gatso, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:08.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. A deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Maxx.
Thank you very much for joining me for this bonus hour of What's on Tap. Enjoy a supersized episode, even more fun things to share with you, including another gallery night preview. Multi-talented artist Renee Bebo is going to join me in about half an hour to preview her gallery night experience that will be on the east side at a boutique, so at Bronze Optical. So I'm excited to welcome her to the studio because she paints, she's a musician, she's, like I said, multi-talented. So Renee Bebo will be joining me at 8:35. And before that, there are all sorts of fun things going on in our area. Make the most of your Wisconsin weekend. I have some event suggestions, and we'll wish break a leg to several folks who will be taking the stage the next few days. So thank you very much for hanging out with me. But before we get to all of that, I wanted to mention there was a ripple going through the music world yesterday. Before K-pop Demon Hunters was a blockbuster movie this past summer. Oh, K-pop was a massive music genre and continues to be, and the music world got a big announcement yesterday about this band. If you're not familiar, this is BTS, global K-pop superstars, and they announced a world tour yesterday through all of 2026 into 2027. It's their first big headline run after nearly 4 years away. And that's due to an interesting reason that I'll get to in a second. But the tour is going to kick off in their native South Korea. Is going to go through March of 2027 all around the world. And this will be their first shows, like I said, in quite some time, 4 years. The last time was their 2022 Permission to Dance on Stage tour. I think there are 9 members. No, 7. Sorry, there are 7 members in the band. So to get 7 fellas dancing in precision, that's pretty impressive. But you definitely have permission to dance. But all 7 members, the reason they took this 4-year hiatus, they've completed South Korea's mandatory military service. So they had to stop recording, stop performing. But that's just so foreign to us. We don't have that, especially for all 7 members to go into the military at the same time. So now they have done their service, they have done their duty, and they are on tour. Now, if you're wondering how close are they coming to Milwaukee, Soldier Field in Chicago, August 27th and 28th. They played there in 2019, but I think that's going to be a pretty hot ticket. Tickets go on sale for those Soldier Field BTS shows, August 27th and August 28th. Tickets on sale on January 24th. But sniff around. If you really want to go, you can find some pre-sales, but this is going to be a hot ticket for both of those nights. I mean, I think this is going to be as big as Taylor Swift, as big as the Beyonce shows, and so I think it's going to be fun. It's one of those where I'm curious just to go for pop culture, but you have to think that these tickets are going to be pretty pricey. Lots of loyal fans who've been into K-pop for a long time. I'm just dabbling on the sidelines here, but I know Colleen, somewhere there was a squeal earlier today. My sort of sister-in-law, Colleen, probably squealed when she found out that BTS is touring. So if that is someone in your circle is excited about this, let them know that you know. Tell them Chicago is the place to be, August 27th and 28th, to see BTS back on tour. What's happening here this weekend? That's what you want to know. Suggestions for fun activities next on What's on Tap.
Start the new year right with Norwalk Furniture on sale now at Ken Michaels Furniture. Save 35% on showroom pieces that are ready for immediate delivery, or in just 35 days, you can create a look that reflects your unique style with over 850 fabric and leather options and comfort levels, from cuddling to extra firm support. Norwalk Furniture's American roots go back over 102 years. For better quality American-made upholstery, shop the Norwalk Upholstery Sale at any Ken Michaels Furniture locations in Greenfield, Brookfield, or downtown. Better days start with a better night's sleep on a mattress from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in Milwaukee, our mattresses are custom built to your needs. We have all the comfort and firmness options to give you your best night's rest. Buying direct from our factory showrooms will save you up to 50% compared to national brands. Shop today during our New Year's sale at Ken Michaels Furniture for over 75 years of uncompromising quality, local factory direct saving, and your best night's sleep.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, Marcus and Chris talk to co-host of the Dunker Spot podcast, Steve Jones. Find Here District now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast. If you missed this,
9 air shows, 7 days, absolutely incredible. And we want to welcome to the show one of our good friends, Dick Napinski. He is the Director of Communications for EAA Air Venture. Dick, good afternoon.
Or this.
I would be interviewing you years ago when it was still the Bradley Center. You were in Madison. I mean, you were everywhere. And some people just didn't get it.
Catch up on the Wisconsin's Afternoon News podcast at WTMJ.com. Presented by Dave Draycamp Heating.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
Thanks for hanging out with me. Let me help you make the most of your Wisconsin weekend. There are some fun events I know it's going to be cold, but if you really love to embrace the cold, there is one event that you want to be at, and that is the 41st annual Waukesha Jamboree. Jan for January. And you have to really want to embrace this, I guess. But 10-day winter festival, it starts Friday, and it goes all the way through Sunday, January 25th. Over 40 free activities for adults and kids, and this year's Jamboree theme, out of this world. And that includes a blast-off event on Friday, and it's at Lowell Park, right there on Michigan Avenue in Waukesha. Activities, a moonwalk, asteroid shots, space darts, I think of lawn darts, like we couldn't play with those as a kid. But there's also going to be what's being called a dramatic ice and snow sculpture called Ready for Launch in Lowell Park. So that's just Friday. And that I would say that's the Ready for Launch sculpture features an impressive space shuttle. There's going to be a heated black hole beer garden with a DJ. And it sounds like a fun way to lean into the winter weather, but it goes on for 10 days. And there are other activities like geocaching, skating, activities at the Retzer Nature Center and at the planetarium, all in this first weekend. And there's a Goose Chase scavenger hunt app that you can play along, and you can get prizes, including one lucky winner. It's a diamond necklace. So there's a lot of fun to be had. The 41st annual Waukesha Jamboree. So look into that. And from family fun to fantastical fun, Saturday night at Turner Hall, it is the 4th annual Goblin King Masquerade Ball. And it's the 40th anniversary of the Goblin King. It's this cult favorite fantasy story. And this is one of those gatherings where you are encouraged to dress up as your favorite character, or you can dress formal. It is an 18 and over. But I love this. Casual wear is only permitted as part of a specific character in cosplay. So you are supposed to strut your stuff at the Goblin King Masquerade Ball. That is Thursday. Thursday. That is Saturday at Turner Hall. Signature cocktails. There's a waltz dance class, other performances, and some exclusive photo ops. Because if you're going to dress to the nines, you want to capture that, don't you? Goblin King Masquerade Ball. I think that would be. Oh, wait a minute. This just in. The Goblin Review has canceled their event on January 16th. Dun, dun, dun. That is Friday. So, good. The Goblin Review, which was on Masquerade Ball Eve, has been canceled. I thought I just got all excited about the Masquerade Ball and it was canceled. It is the event on the Friday. That has been canceled. So if you were looking forward to that, sorry to disappoint. But that means you can lean all the way in on the Goblin King Masquerade Ball. Bring all your energy there. That is Saturday at Turner Hall. I was just crushed. I got all excited and we didn't have a special sounder for that. For Sippin', we were telling you about Friday's Peanut Butter Brilliance beer release. That is going to be at Third Space Brewing on St. Paul. That is a fun Friday night event where you're sipping a deliciously crafted porter and supporting Islands of Brilliance, an organization here locally that supports creativity and connection with those with neurodivergent and autistic in that community. So that is Friday at Third Space Brewing and Peanut Butter Brilliance beer release. But if you are still leaning all the way in and you've got a streak going for Dry January, Mobcraft has an NA beer night where you can try all sorts of refreshing non-alcoholic brews. And that's in their tap room at Mobcraft on Friday night. And for those of you who want to unleash the beast, you're going to see some cowboy hats and some boots around town. Friday and Saturday, Fiserv Forum is where the 2026 PBR World Champion is going to be. That's the bull riding. So that is going to be some impressive. That's going to be some man versus beast at the PBR World Championship. That is Friday and Saturday at Fiserv Forum. And we'll be talking about Gallery Night, which is coming up on Friday and on Saturday during the day. Gallery Night MKE. You can plot out where you'd like to go in the Third Ward, or on the East Side, or downtown. Menominee Falls has their own art walk. Warm up with the arts on Saturday afternoon. Arts at Large in the Falls is having a cozy creative day with the Winter Art Walk downtown. See, all up and down Main Street, which is, again, free and family friendly. And so you have plenty to do this weekend, and I will keep you updated on any other events that catch my eye that I think you might have fun at. And next, lots of performances on stage. We're going to wish break a leg to those on stage next on What's on Tap.
You know, Dad, there are a lot of things that make Marty's Pizza special.
Well, you got our untouched original recipe for our pizza sauce, and we have our own sausage made for us with our own recipe. We make everything fresh. Our own meatballs, our lasagna, our dough every day. We cut our vegetables fresh every day.
It's a labor of love.
This is Dick the Dad.
And James the Son from Marty's Pizza in Delafield.
Find out what keeps our loyal customers coming back for generations.
Right off I-94 and Highway 83 in Delafield.
Remember, Marty's Pizza.
Do you remember when times were good? Well, they're good again. It's as good today as it was in the past. It doesn't get any better than that.
Remember, Marty's Pizza.
Right off I-94 and Highway 83 in Delafield.
Calling all mariners and sea dogs. It's time for the Milwaukee Boat Show. January 16th through the 18th and 21st through the 25th. Come to the Expo Center at State Fair Park for all things boating. And while you're there, register to win an HO Sports Beacon Kayak, courtesy of Skipper Buds. It's the Milwaukee Boat Show at the Expo Center at State Fair Park.
Before you go looking for an area rug that you'll have to settle for because you think that the one you really want will be out of your budget, come to Design Exchange, where you'll find a formidable selection of Oriental, Persian, and other wool area rug choices at 25 to 70% off retail. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor on consignment at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
In Heartland, you're going to find a focus on distinctive furniture, unique antiques, and original artwork, along with tasteful home decor that can fit almost any budget. In Pewaukee, the focus is on kitchen, outdoor, and garden decor, and all of it is priced at 25 to 40% off retail. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor on consignment at a value.
Design Exchange.
It's engagement season, so make your I do a work of art at St. Kate, the Arts Hotel. From locally sourced menus to signature cocktails, their expert team handles every detail. Rehearse in the dark room, say your vows in the Arc Theater, then celebrate in a ballroom. Book a remaining 2026 date and receive an upgraded bar package or a complimentary hour of bar service. Visit stkatearts.com/wedding and learn more when St. Kate's catering sales manager Greta Black joins me for a spotlight interview. Tune in Thursday at 6 on What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx.
What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx is back on WTMJ.
That is the soundtrack to The Greatest Showman. Come one, come all to see some of the most entertaining live performances on stage that we have coming up in our area starting this week. And it is my pleasure. I'm entertained to wish break a leg because if you know the old superstition is that you don't say good luck. So you never want to jinx anybody, and no matter what they're doing. So I enjoy wishing break a leg to some of our performers on stage, especially well, not even especially, but especially local performers. So I'd like to wish break a leg. Uh-oh. There we are. To the creator and cast and crew of The Fisherman's Daughters at the Milwaukee Repertory Theater's Stackner Cabaret just opened. And Katie Dahl is a Wisconsin native who created this story based on a historical fact that she found about two sisters, unmarried, so spinster sisters in Door County, who owned a home, and they were kind of estranged, didn't really get along, but they connected and collaborated because the state wanted to take their house to make Peninsula State Park. This is just a sample of one of the songs that Katie Dahl created for the musical.
I know the fisherman's story, a boat across the sea. Cut a clearing, built a cabin, planted an apple tree. He learned how to fish from Doc and from Dory, took a wife at 33. She died at 40, left him 2 daughters, Nora and me.
Just a sample of what you'll hear if you see The Fisherman's Daughters, handcrafted and created, books, lyrics, and music by Katie Dahl, inspiring musician. She was a wonderful guest here on What's on Tap. You can catch up on that podcast to find out more about The Fisherman's Daughters. And also at the Milwaukee Repertory Theater, want to wish break a leg to the cast and crew of the Lehman Trilogy. That is one of those bucket list award-winning shows, intense and I think very thoughtful. That's at the Shakota Powerhouse and just opened up. So the Lehman Trilogy, definitely theater worth seeing. And also want to wish break a leg to the cast and crew of Cardboard Piano, Renaissance Theater Works' latest production about war-torn Uganda and the tragic love story in that story. And Cardboard Piano on stage at Next Act Theater is where they're staging that show. I like saying Cardboard Piano, but it's a really meaningful drama about love, hate, and resilience. And if you like musicals, I think and especially musicals with the girl groups singing, I want to wish a big break a leg to the cast and crew of Beehive the Musical at the Fireside Theater in Fort Atkinson. It opens tomorrow night and goes through February 22nd. This is the kind of music you will hear. That 60s sound, the fashions, the movies, the moon landing, and of course the music. And this show, Beehive the Musical, celebrates the powerful female voices of the 60s. So Leslie Gore, Janis Joplin, the Shirelles, the Supremes, Aretha Franklin, and Tina Turner. And I think there'll be a lot of songs where you'll be bopping your head, singing along. Nice nostalgic journey through the decade told from the perspective of 6 young women coming of age. And they're not going to be lip syncing. There is a live band. And if you've been to Fireside Theater, it's in the round. So it's a great stage setup. You're going to be up close to the music, and I think it'll be good. So Beehive the Musical opens this weekend through February 22nd, and it's also dinner theater, so you get a good meal when you enjoy theater at the Fireside. And also on stage, if you don't remember, last week was Elvis Presley's birth date, and we got an Elvis show to look forward to. I want to wish break a leg. I do. I want to wish break a leg. The Steve L Show is an Elvis tribute show that is happening Friday night at Puddler's Hall in Bayview. Get ready to channel a lot of Elvisness at Puddler's Hall on the 16th. Is that Friday night? Yeah. I keep thinking today's Thursday. I apologize. But yes, Friday night in Bayview, channel your Elvisness. And he's an award-winning Elvis tribute artist. He is in the Tribute Artist Hall of Fame. So we're not messing around. We're having a lot of fun with Elvisness there. And also want to mention another show that is on stage. Wish a break a leg to the cast of crew of Now and Then at Sunset Playhouse. That is on stage Friday and Saturday. And it's a romance that has time travel. Now and Then at Sunset Playhouse. You'll enjoy that show. And also, if you like comedians, some positive energy. Wish him break a leg to Fortune Feimster. She is a very funny comedian and actress and writer, and her national tour is making me laugh. It's called Taking Care of Biscuits. And she is also in production. She's a part of Will Ferrell's untitled Netflix golf comedy series. So she's running with the big dogs in that. And I always think of her. Did you ever see the movie Office Christmas Party with Jason Bateman? She plays a cab driver in that show, and it makes me laugh because it's a rideshare or a cab driver, but you can just tell she's improvising and making Jennifer Aniston laugh. And that was my first introduction to Fortune Feimster. And I think her last time that she was in Milwaukee, she was at Summerfest. She was on stage at the Johnsonville Brats when it was July 4th, and she was commenting on the drone show. So it would be fun to ask her how that experience was. But Fortune Feimster is back in Milwaukee on Sunday night. I think that's at the Pabst Theater, or at the Riverside. Forgive me, it's at the Riverside. Fortune Feimster, get your comedy on. I am Sandy Maxx. Thanks so much for wishing break a leg, and I'm always open to your suggestions if there's something that you're looking forward to seeing on stage this weekend. Let me know on the Siding Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line 855-616-1620. And stay with us because a gallery night preview with artist Renee Bebo is coming up on What's on Tap.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA, best-selling author, and founder of the Neal Group. Well, you made it. 2025 is in the books. Or is it? Are your books ready for 2026? Have you been able to plan for 2026 growth? Stop running your business on a wing and a prayer. Or if you feel like you are running your business on a wing and a prayer, let us help you make sense of your numbers and get your business in financial shape to move forward in 2026. Don't be stuck in the past trying to clean up your books. Get a head start on making 2026 your best year yet. Make the new tax laws work for you to put more money in your pocket. Call us now to see what your business can do. The first meeting is free. Call 414-325-2040 now. You earned it. We help you keep it. That's 414-325-2040 or visit us at nealgroup.net. That's NEAL group.net.
Who doesn't need a seasonal wardrobe update? But who has the cash to always keep their wardrobe updated? Ladies, that's why you shop St. Vincent de Paul. Our women's clothing is always a highlight of our stores, and thrift store prices keep the costs low. It allows you to experiment and also find a hidden gem. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
No matter how many people are in your family, buying new jackets for the cold weather months can be expensive. But when you shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, prices on cold weather jackets will give you a sigh of relief because thrift store prices mean great deals. And right now we have a great selection. Find great deals on cold weather jackets for the family at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Hey, John Mercure here for Mend Studios. You deserve to feel better. You deserve to feel healthy. You deserve to feel great about yourself. Mend Studios has a long-term wellness as the goal. That's how they're going to do it. That's how they're going to take care of you. I know and trust the therapists at Mend Studio. They customize every single treatment, and they've got multiple locations. They're in Mequon and Brookfield, both convenient, both easy to get to. Start at the website, mendstudio.com. I never feel better than I do after a session at Mend. Mendstudio.com.
When you jump on the back of a bull and the gate swings, there's no middle ground. You either ride it out with 8 seconds of pure adrenaline or hit the dirt and run. Bull riding is not just a sport, it's a gamble of guts and glory. Nothing else compares. This is the PDR Unleash the Beast Tour. See the best bull riders in the world face off at Busch Light PDR Milwaukee, presented by Cooper Tires at Fiserv Forum this weekend. Ready to be cowboy? Get your tickets at Ticketmaster. It's bull time.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Welcome back to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx. I am thrilled to roll out the red carpet for another one of our local artists, Renee Bebo. How are you?
Hi, Sandy. I'm doing well.
Renee, you are so multifaceted that's why I just say artist.
Artist.
Tell me tell everyone. You're at the party here. Introduce yourself to someone and say, "Oh, Renee, you're an artist. What do you do?"
Yes, thank you. I'm an artist. I'm a painter. I'm a henna artist. I am a Reiki healer. I'm a drummer. I'm a meditation guide. I do lots of different things. I'm a card reader. I just put all those different things together because I just want to do everything in life while I have the chance.
Creators create.
Yes, I can't stop.
You're a beautiful force.
Thank you so much.
I realized I have one of your purses that you had hand painted. It's a small brown purse.
Yes.
With you can see the henna, like the
dotting
dot.
it out.
Yes, and
I loved that leather painting.
Oh well, but it is. It's a little work of art, and it's one of those purses. Like I never set it on the floor, and I love that it has a short strap, so I can always like clutch it, and it's right under my shoulder, and people can see the art.
Yes.
So I should have brought it today.
Oh my gosh,
I'm in backpack world. You know, when it's this cold in the wintertime, I'm not in
to.
pretty purse world.
No, that goes to fancy events, right?
But it is nice to own a piece of artwork.
Yes.
I mean, it really is. And it's special, and it's like, oh, I feel connected to you already.
I love that you have my energy with you when you go out, especially to fancy parties.
Well, see,
you know?
yeah, and that's just it. And I love that you phrase it that way, my energy with you. So what energy are you bringing to gallery night on Friday? Where will you be, and what will you be doing?
I will be at Bronze Optical on Prospect. It's been there a very long time, but my lifelong friends, Tim and Casey Moss, they own it now. They took it over a few years ago when they moved back to town. And so they invited me to come. And so I'm showing actually some paintings from back in the day, like the Pfister paintings. So when Todd Mrozinski, my husband, was the Pfister Artist in Residence from 2015 to 16, I kind of got to enjoy that residency too. And so I did a lot of painting when I was there. So I have a teapot series that'll be up. And I have a shadow painting of the banister, the beautiful decorative banister, and some flowers. But then also, and then there's just some different paintings all through since the last 10 years. And I will bring the one that I did this year, the first painting that's done. Yeah.
That's fascinating that you say the first painting of this year. How prolific are you as a painter? How many paintings did you create in 2025?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I don't know, actually.
Is it about one a week? Or is it even more? And I also know, all the creatives who are like, you can't measure it out like that. It's sure
hard
it
to
comes and
measure it
goes
out.
in a flow.
It goes in a flow, and you get like spurts. And like I did a lot of watercolor paintings on the go. Like I will go in someone's garden, or when I'm traveling, or it's easy to take with, but in the studio, I mean, because I do so many things, it's all pieced out. So like so right now I'm kind of on a painting jag, and I'm really excited because I'm working on a floral. I just got done with a compost painting. You know that I paint compost.
I know what they are. Describe this compost painting, because people might think,
what?
So it's just a bunch of browns and
Yes, actually it's the scraps, the food scraps, before they go into my compost bin. But I collect them in a glass container in my kitchen, and they pile up in a trifle container. And it's so beautiful. And I looked at it for years, and I was like, I have to paint this. It's like another still life. And so I started with painting the whole glass and the whole thing, and now I zoom in, and they're bigger. And so right now, actually, my paintings are on view at Beans and Barley, the last artist of Beans and Barley, randomly. Isn't that beautiful?
I would say, wow.
So,
what
and
an
it's
honor.
so perfect transformation, and the compost being the last paintings. I mean, come on, you can't make this up.
I was just going to say that is thematic and poetic.
Isn't it?
And Beans and Barley are open till the end of the month?
Yep. 2 more weeks.
Whatever's
you better
left.
get there, people.
I would say it's more just the restaurant.
It's
the
just
shelves
restaurant.
are bare.
The shelves are bare.
And then your paintings are on the wall.
And my paintings are there.
That I can tell that makes you feel special.
It really does. And like I see people online who are getting together at Beans and Barley going, oh, we're so sad, blah, blah, blah. And they have pictures, and my art is in the background. So, yeah, I'm just honored.
I would say your art is going to be part of those memories.
Yes, totally.
It could be part of someone's collection. So you will unveil your first painting of 2026, part of the compost series.
Yes.
And then what kind of phases? You just mentioned that you'll have paintings from throughout your journey so far.
Yeah.
You mentioned flowers.
Yep.
What are some of the other painting phases, eras? We'll call them eras.
Eras. It is like eras, right? The blue period, like Picasso, right?
Like phase seems so disrespectful, but what are some of the
not.
other subjects and eras you have had throughout your painting evolution?
Yes, one painting that I'm showing is like from the Scratch series, where I was putting paint on thick and scratching through and making marks that way. And so it's like an abstract, which I don't make very many abstract paintings. So that's kind of a fun one to see. It was just a short series, but just one from that series. And then There's some other florals that I did during the election, actually. And then, and then the flower pots or the teapots. And so it's just from probably the last 10-ish years, a little sprinkling of different pieces.
And they'll all be on display. Bronze Optical on the east side on Prospect. And I assume you will be there as well on Friday.
I will be there. Yes, I will. And also, I have a new Oracle deck because I read cards, and I will have the deck there so people can see it. I will give them a 1-card reading and showing that off as well.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. Gallery Night MKE Friday. Meet Renee Bebo at Bronze Optical on the east side. And if you go to gallerynightmke.com, they have a great interactive map. You can find all the things.
And we're on the map.
You're on the map, baby. I know. But we'll find out more what's in store for 2026 and, heck, the rest of this month with Renee Bebo, artist at large, right now in the studio.
Start the new year right with Norwalk Furniture on sale now at Ken Michaels Furniture. Save 35% on showroom pieces that are ready for immediate delivery, or in just 35 days, you can create a look that reflects your unique style with over 850 fabric and leather options and comfort levels, from cuddling to extra firm support. Norwalk Furniture's American roots go back over 102 years. For better quality American-made upholstery, shop the Norwalk Upholstery Sale at any Ken Michaels Furniture locations in Greenfield, Brookfield, or downtown. Better days start with a better night's sleep on a mattress from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in Milwaukee, our mattresses are custom built to your needs. We have all the comfort and firmness options to give you your best night's rest. Buying direct from our factory showrooms will save you up to 50% compared to national brands. Shop today during our New Year's sale at Ken Michaels Furniture for over 75 years of uncompromising quality, local factory direct saving, and your best night's sleep.
Hey everybody, it's WTMJ's Debbie Loziga for Access Legal. I see firsthand how hard Wisconsin workers push themselves. From the construction crews on the roads I monitor every day to the countless jobs that strain the body over time. For many, that wear and tear turns into real pain. My friends at Access Legal understand what you're going through and they want to help. Their team has recovered more than $35 million for Wisconsin workers and will fight for the benefits you're entitled to as well. Worn down by work? Contact Access Legal for a risk-free consultation. That's AXIS Legal.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. My training helps me at work when I lead by example. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
Are you worried about running out of money in retirement? Wondering about how to pay less taxes? Join me, Tony Drake, for the Retirement Ready Show, live every Saturday at noon and Sunday at 7 a.m. on WTMJ 620 or 103.3 FM. We'll talk about smart strategies to help you retire with confidence. Don't miss it.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
Education changes everything. It opens doors, shapes futures, and builds the foundation for our children's success. At City Forward Collective, we're working to transform our city's schools and ensure every Milwaukee child receives the high-quality education they deserve. We've taken real steps forward, but our work is far from done. This giving season, we're asking you to join us. Together, we can secure a stronger future for our children and a stronger future for Milwaukee. To support our mission, visit cityforwardcollective.org/donate. That's cityforwardcollective.org/donate.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
For that one?
Welcome back to What's on Tap. I am Sandy Maxx, and I am joined in the WTMJ studio by artist Renee Bebo. Renee, you have plans tomorrow night.
We do
No,
have
not
plans.
tomorrow night. Gush. Oh, you do
Yes,
have
it
plans
is.
tomorrow night.
That's
okay.
Thursday.
First and foremost,
yes.
the reason I wanted to make sure that you were here was to give us a preview of your gallery night, MKE.
Which is Friday.
Friday night at
Bronze Optical from 5 till 8 p.m.
Okay.
I'll be there.
Displaying,
Come meet me.
seeing your paintings, a variety of your
Yes.
paintings.
oil paintings, acrylic, watercolor.
And you will also be doing tarot card readings.
Actually, oracle readings.
Excuse me, oracle.
It's
what
a
is
little
the difference? Explain.
Tarot is a system of 78 cards, and it's the same all the time, but the artwork can change depending on who creates the deck.
Mm-hmm.
This is a deck that I created myself with my own artwork, and an oracle deck can be absolutely made of anything. You know, there's no rules on an oracle deck. So, like the amount of cards and such, like I just chose 40 cards in this deck. You can create it. It's open system sort of thing.
And how does a typical oracle reading go?
So I shuffle the cards.
Mhm.
You be just blank, or maybe you think of a question that you have, and then you pick a card. And then I read the card. I give you, we could do a reading tonight if you wanted to. We don't know. On or off air, I don't know.
Interesting. I don't know if we have time. I wonder what my burning question is at the beginning of the year like this. It's a lot of reflection and trying to plan. So,
yes.
Okay, at 9, after we're off the air, I might come up with a question. Yeah. But what are you doing to reset for a year like this as an artist, as a creative?
So actually once a month, my friend Heather Wesley and I offer a virtual reset, a breathwork and meditation series that we do once a month on the new moon, and it's virtual, so anyone can tune in from anywhere. And it's at 6:00 tomorrow night, and the link's on my website. It's on Instagram, I should say, and Facebook. No, I think it's just on Instagram, but we can make sure they get
And what's your account?
It is at Renee Luna Bibo, because Luna is my artist name.
Ah.
So I go by Renee and I go by Luna, both equally. So Renee Luna Bibo on Instagram, and the link is there. And Feather Wesley is my partner in this series, and she mostly she talks us through a body scan and breathwork session where you really oxygenate your body by breathing deeply. And then I take over and I guide us through like a dreamy meditation. I take us on a journey of the mind. And then afterwards, we do some journaling, and we sometimes share. In the beginning, we talk a little bit about the moon, like the moon will be in Capricorn. The new moon is always in the same sign as the sun. So the sun sign, now we're in Capricorn, and then the moon is in Capricorn. So it's like double the effect of that sign. And so we talk about that a little bit, set intentions. We have you look at your life, like what do I want for the next month? And we kind of set that in and then go into the meditation and breath work, and it's really rejuvenating.
I would say, do you really feel the results? Because I would say
yeah.
just even the breath work that you talk about, in yoga, I feel better after that. I'm just doing the breath work. Like I'm really not. Well, usually most yoga classes I've taken, you are with intention. You're focusing on a word, a thought.
Yep.
So I can see I've experienced the foundation of that, and I know I feel better after a yoga class.
Yeah.
So now add these layers and a special journey that you take us on. How do you come up with the journey to take people on each new moon? Are they themed to the new moons?
Yes, definitely themed. I'll have an idea in mind of somewhere to go, but I actually do not plan it. I let source spirit inspire me. And so I'm going on the journey with you. I just tell you what I see as we go. It's really fun.
I would say that is fascinating. Well, you chose the name Luna as an artist. When did you decide that was a name that fit you?
This was I chose this name back when I was 23, so a really long time ago. It was more of like a spiritual name. And then as I got into doing the artwork, I realized that, I became Luna because I kind of made myself into Luna. I chose this name, and I feel like I also made myself an artist too. I wanted to go to beauty or art school long ago, and I didn't. I did all these other things, but now bringing it into my life, and as I'm older, is like it's just sort of like Luna is the one who does this stuff. I don't know if you know Joan Mitchell. She's an artist, and she would say, Big Joan does this, and Little Joan does this. When she said that, I'm like, oh, yeah, I get that. So I'm just as much Renee as I am Luna, but I like to sign my paintings Luna. It's just simple.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Interesting. More creative conversation with Renee Bibo on What's on Tap. Stay with us.
It's been almost 70 years, and Marty's Pizza is still going strong in Delafield.
Hey, you keep the pizza tasty, and our loyal fans will keep on coming.
I think Marty's Pizza can hang right up there with anyone.
100% real mozzarella cheese because we just can't skimp. The freshest veggies, and a sauce recipe that's Hall of Fame worthy.
And our crust? I never see anyone throwing our crust away.
Remember Marty's Pizza right off of I-94 and Highway 83 in Delafield, because it's delicious. You know, James, we'll be running this place together for a while, and one day, hopefully, you and your kids will be doing the same.
That's the plan, Dad. And we're making changes so we stay ahead of the game.
Like the new Marty's Pizza Delafield.com?
We've made it extremely easy for both our young and older customers to make fast online orders.
It is really convenient, but if you like to call your orders in, a friendly Marty's Pizza employee will be there to answer with a smile.
Remember Marty's Pizza, right off of I-94 and Highway 83 in Delafield.
And at marty'spizza.delafield.com.
Recently, a seller that unfortunately ended up choosing another agent called me. She said she made a mistake, and what she was expressing to me sounded like she kind of was bullied into signing with him. Is it typical? Not always, but it will never happen when you hire a Century 21 Benefit Realty agent. I want our agents to be able to look in the mirror and say, I'd want to work with me, not because they're good at saying what you want to hear or offer the lowest commission, but because of trust. Because if you're not feeling that from your agent, that's a problem, and I don't want that. At 1.9% on the listing side of your sale with our commission capped at $19,000, Century 21 Benefit Realty leads with a very fair and transparent commission structure with maximum marketing that can get your home sold fast and for the best price. And saving money matters, but working with someone who will tell you exactly what you need to know up front, that creates trust. And that matters too. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Kick off the new year with a smarter home and bigger savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. New windows to lock in the warmth, durable roofing, eye-catching siding, or a stunning bath makeover. Start the year off right and get $3,000 off your project. That's right, $3,000 back in your pocket during our New Year Savings event. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. This deal won't last all winter. Exterior Pros and Baths. New year, new home, done right.
This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx.
Art all around us here in Wisconsin and inside the studio here at WTMJ. In the studio with me is an artist who goes by Luna. She also goes by Renee Bebo. She'll answer to either. I'm so glad you're here. I have known you, since maybe 2016. Yeah. I got to meet you through Milwaukee PBS and the arts page when we did a feature on a band called 1913 with Janet Schiff and Victor DiLorenzo, but they have kind of rotating people parts, and you have become part of 1913.
I have. I'm being the drummer now.
And I have to imagine that you bring your own creative presence to it, because you can't replicate Victor DiLorenzo.
Are you kidding me? I mean, I'm honored, to be in this position.
Say,
I mean, that is a big honor. It is. And no, I would never want to copy him at all. So, yes. But we like to discuss, he and I, about drumming. So that's really fun. We get along really well.
What is one of the most interesting pieces of insight on drumming that Victor DiLorenzo, original drummer of Violent Femmes, has passed along to you?
Well, actually, he has given me 2 of my cymbals that I use in my kit. I have a splash, a little tiny splash, and then a bigger ride cymbal, and they're beautiful. And I only have 3 cymbals, so he gave me 2 out of 3, and I use them all the time.
And that's another great thread that means he's part of 1913 performances, even when he's not on the set.
That's right. It's fun to rotate. And now we also have a female singer, so it's a girl band now. The new 1913 version.
The evolution.
Yes. Evolution. It just keeps changing. You know, Janet's been doing this for over 20 years.
Yeah, Janet Schiff.
Fantastic. She's a mistress with the cello.
I would say cello mistress.
Yes.
And the composer, and uses the looping. If you've never seen 1913, it is a true experience. It isn't just music. You're seeing music truly be created in front of you.
Right in front of you, yeah.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. So we've talked about paintings.
Yes.
We talked about your spirituality and the oracle cards and meditation.
Yes.
And we've talked about drumming now. And now henna art is something else, and you have beautifully.
Thank you. And I just got to trade with a new friend, a new henna friend, just on Monday night. And so it was such a pleasure and luxury to get a henna myself.
Now, it's on your right hand, and we were talking about being left-handed.
I was going to have her do my left, but then I had to do hers after, and I thought it would mess it up. So I was like, I'll just go with the right hand, even though I wanted my left hand done. But
and what is it about henna that attracts you as an art medium?
I just, I opened one of the first tattoo shops in Milwaukee, Adam Baum Gallery.
I didn't know that.
Adam, we're there, yes. And it was a tattoo shop and art gallery. And then I was kind of training to be a tattoo artist. But then this guy, Damon Henderson, came from Chicago, and he wanted to do henna in the shop. And I was like, what's henna? And he showed me. This is like 1998, Sandy, okay? And he showed me everything about it. And once I learned about henna, I just thought, I want to do that. It's like the temporary tattoo was, and just, it's so healing. And it's like the connection you have with someone, even just a stranger coming to Bastille Days and coming into the tent. You have this like intimate moment with them, and like you get to beautify their skin, and like it's really fun.
And to me, it's very intricate, and it's very, to me, it would be meditative.
Again, it's meditation. It is. And I love that I get to be a part of that for someone's moment, just like doing that with them.
And how long does a henna tattoo last?
About a week to 10 days.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
She is artist Renee Luna Bebo. Look her up on the socials and on the website. And one last personal invitation from you for tomorrow and for Friday before we go.
Yes, Thursday, the 15th at 6 p.m., we're doing the virtual reset meditation and breathwork session virtually. You can tune in from anywhere. And Friday, I'll be at Bronze Optical from 5 to 8 p.m. That's on the east side on Prospect. It's an eyewear place. It's the beautiful eyewear, like artful glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful work and a beautiful space, too, just to see.
You'll be able to see your paintings as well and meet you and get an oracle reading.
Pun intended.
Thank you so much for being here, and I wish you a very creative year ahead.
Thanks so much, Sandy.
I am Sandy Maxx. Thank you for listening to What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio